Hey, welcome everybody. It is Colin, and you are watching Talking Ball. I am joined with my two lovely co-hosts. We've got Jose, looking happy as could be, looking good, looking fresh. Jose got a nice fresh shave, looking good. And then we've got Miss Queen Ellie down below. How's it going, Ellie?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just admiring the clean-shaven Jose there.
I know. I
Looking
couldn't figure
very
out what was
swish.
different about him. I couldn't figure out what was different, and then I was like, "Wait a second." He
I
looked
know.
haircut, beard trim. Yes,
Has he
looking good.
got a hot date or something?
I don't know. I don't know. Something's going on. Something's going on.
Something's
Jose's
going
looking good.
on. Don't tell
Uh,
the wife.
you're looking good, man. Oh, you're muted. You're muted, by the way, too. Still from the opening.
He's
Oh, I'm muted, but I couldn't hear what you were saying either because I took my earphones off. So,
See, perfect. We were just talking about how pretty you look today.
yeah.
how sweet.
Yes.
Yeah, you look so pretty.
Lovely.
Speaking of pretty, we've got some pretty and lovely people already in the chat, you guys.
Yes.
Leo from Mile High Hotspur is saying, "Big up, homies, much love."
We've just watched Leo. We've just watched Leo.
I
with
just
the
watched him as
yeah,
well.
with little K and big K. We've just been watching him.
Yeah,
Well done, Leo.
me and Jose have been watching him and rating the players.
Big up, Leo, and to the K's, all the K's, the whole K family, the whole K family. Big up, Leo. And then also we've got one of the members on the members on the members call-in show today, Cosmic Sean, my buddy Sean. What's up, Jonathan?
Hi, Sean.
Doing
Hope you're well, mate. Where's right? So about an hour ago, I saw someone left a comment about an hour ago, and it was Shanata.
Yeah, see,
because he was in the chat earlier about an hour ago, and he was saying that it was 3 a.m. for him, but he wanted everyone to enjoy the show.
Yeah, so I think if a comment isn't messed with for long enough, it just disappears on these live chats.
So thank you very much, Shanata's another member, but who couldn't make it. But thank you, Shanata, because you left a comment before the show. We did see it. It's not appearing now, but I did see it about an hour ago.
Thank you, Jose, for that, and thank you, Shanata. Yeah, sorry that we couldn't make that work out. We time zones are hard, but we appreciate you big time for your continued support, and hope to have you on one of these in the future. Hope to have one of these in the future where you can join. Leo has given us the praise hands. Back at you, Leo. Big love, man. And then we've got Distraction in the chat saying, "Hello, mate."
Nice.
Hi, Distraction.
Hello, Distraction. What is up? Hope you're doing well today. After that, we got Niall Kane.
Good afternoon,
Niall's in the house.
The man from Montrose.
Yes,
Scotland.
Niall. Well, good to have you here, my man. Good to have you here. He says, like, subscribe, and share. And then he says, good afternoon, Colin, Jose, and Ellie. Well, good afternoon back to you, Niall. Good afternoon. And guys, in the back room, we have our very first member calling in to the member call-in show. Let's bring him on in. It's Elias.
Yay! Hello.
What is up? How's it going, man?
Going good. I actually wanted to come on for quite a long time, actually, on the show, because I've been watching Talk and Ball recently, because your shows are perfectly at the times that suit me, like the Malaysian nights or usually like the dinner time, and
we accommodate you, Elias.
So yeah, I like your shows actually. So I thought I'll hop on one of the days. And yeah, you guys are wonderful.
Thanks, man. Thank you. Yeah, we try to just bring a little chill, spot to talk Spurs. And glad you like it, man. Glad it's working out for you. Glad you're here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so we've got Eamon in the chat saying Ann should tweak the system a little, but seeing as this is the members call-in show, Elias, we thought we'd give you a chance to talk about whatever you'd like to talk about, whatever you think.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I can talk about what the chat wants to talk about. Come on. I'm chill.
Hey,
let's talk about this thing that Anne should tweak the system a little bit. I've been hearing this narrative, I think, quite a while now. Especially I think since the Chelsea game, we've been hearing that when he played the high line against the Chelsea, and people are saying that he needs to adapt a little bit more. And again, my counter argument to that is always, I think that this is a problem. You never tell a manager or you never tell an expert in a certain thing to actually change their expertise and work on something that they are not used to. Like when people used to say that, okay, Conte should play a back four, it's not as simple as just Conte putting four defenders behind there. It's very different. Like these managers, they are used to playing a system. They know, like, when a particular player in a back four system moves in a certain way, you can only you have to take a certain movement, or you have to make a certain move when you are attacking. You have to make a certain move when you're defending. So it's not that straightforward that Ange can just tweak his tactics a little bit. He can go to like a back three. Like lately, I've been hearing that people were saying, when since we signed Dragusin, that, oh, since we have three wonderful defenders and Bissouma was out, why can't Ange play a back three with Dragusin in the middle and then Romero on the right and then Mickey on the left? I think that's really not Ange tactics. That's really not his thing to adapt the Italian back three system and then play that kind of football. I mean, it's not that simple, and I think it would do more harm than I think it would bring any good to the team. And yeah, or maybe if you're talking about him just changing the way he pans out his line, I think that's another thing. I feel that he's doing that already. Like with his 4-2-3-1, he does adapt quite a bit in the game wherever is needed. Like, I know that sometimes fans also say that, yeah, why are we playing suddenly too defensive? Why are we not adapting a little bit here and there? I think the problem that we have in the last few games was mainly that we didn't have a system who can hold very well in the midfield. You had Bissouma out, you had Sarr who just came back, and there was nobody who that number 6 role, I think, particularly was missing. And Højbjerg doesn't fit that role. I think Bissouma somehow he can fit that gap in a little bit still, but nobody other than Bissouma, I think, does that role very well. So the midfield was really sloppy, I would say. I know Ali likes, unbalanced. Literally, it was unbalanced. I know Ali likes Bentancur and Højbjerg, but both of them, I would say, they were to blame for the last game that we had. So sorry, Ali. Apologies in advance. I think both of them, they were very sloppy, and they don't really suit this system. I would say Bentancur, maybe he would get back to it. I think he's a bit more versatile midfielder. But Højbjerg, no, I don't think he's the solution to that number 6 role or that number 8 role in the AND system.
Yeah, I agree with you, because Bentancur is coming back to fitness. He's not there yet, because I saw him at 60 minutes. He was out of legs. He just couldn't run anymore. And you could see it, and Ange saw it, and he pulled him off straight away. So with Højbjerg, he's a bit of a mixed bag, isn't he? You don't know what you're going to get, whether you're going to get the prime Højbjerg from Jose's days, when he was really good, right, in Jose's system. But in this system, he lacks a little bit of technical quality, doesn't he? Come on, even me, right, I love the player. I know that he's not going to be the one to move the ball quickly enough, and not just quickly enough, enough times where he receives the ball to make a penetrating pass. He's very good at that, but lately he hasn't been doing it. And I think maybe his head's been turned somewhere else, and his head's not in the game. It looks that way anyway, but what you pointed to is that Sarr and Bissouma are two better players than Højbjerg at playing that role. And then it'll release Bentancur to do what he can do. Because I think 60 minutes of Bentancur, I'll take that over a lot of our midfielders. There's only Madders who I would say, he's the one who makes us tick. Yeah, but Bentancur can as well. So I agree with you there, Elias. You made a very good point.
Yeah,
I think.
Sorry, Elias, I cut you off really bad. No,
I was actually going to say that I think in the coming weeks we will see that wrestle or that competition between Bissouma and Sarr, I think, for the starting 11 a lot. And a lot of people are saying that maybe we should play one, but I think it's a good thing to see when you can play like one of them for 60 and one for another 30. You have a nice balance when you have two quality midfielders in that role. And I would actually like to see one more midfielder. That's why I was saying that we need to get one more number 6 in the summer, because Bissouma is the only one I think who is doing that job so far. I know he's getting a lot of stick from some part of the fan base as well, but he at least holds the ball. Like when he's around there in the midfield looks much more controlled. It's not that messy anymore. He links up the play with the defenders very well. Like he links up the play with Udogie very well, with Sarr, and even with Madison. I think he is a very important element to work that end system together with Sarr. I think if not for them, I think your defense is always doing a lot of job. And in the last game, we saw that defense was all over the place. They were doing quite a lot because the midfield was not just able to hold the ball in the middle of the park.
Yeah.
And Elias, do you think part of that is just because of the two big injuries that that Bentancur has had this season? I mean, he's suffered from two big injuries. Do you think that what we're just seeing from him is just some rust, just him shaking off the rust, getting back to fitness?
Definitely, I think the injury plays one big role in his issue as well. But we also need to realize that Bentancur has not played as much with the other players for a long time. He hasn't played much with Sarr or Bissouma. He used to play with Højbjerg, who wasn't playing then with the two. So Højbjerg suddenly came to yeah. Sorry, Ali.
We've got some noise disturbance.
Oh, I'm not sure who that's coming from. Let's see if it's me. I don't think it's me, but I do hear some background noise.
It sounds like the Hoover. No, it's gone. Thank God.
But I was just gonna say, Chang just let us know, guys, that Jordan are leading Korea 1-0. So come on, Sonny. We need Sonny and the rest of the team to kind of pull a rabbit out of the hat like they've been doing their last two matches.
Yeah.
So, Elias, from your point that you said earlier, I'm going to come in on it. Can you not see the three centre-backs we've got all playing together?
Three centre-backs?
No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. Right. Can you not see the three of them playing together?
I can actually see that. I think we may see, let's say if Udogie were to get injured, I think we may see WDV going to his position and then Dragusin coming on the left and then Romero on the right. We may see something like that. If I think Porro now gets injured, you have that other option as well. Romero can go on the right, and then you have Dragusin and you have WDV at the right, or Dragusin can also play at the right. So it's a good thing to have, I think, a player like him. So more or less we are kind of settled. I think now the defense is settled, that if you have an injury, you can fix a player in and there. Maybe in summer we can get one more defender. But in a proper system, are you saying proper system or makeshift kind of thing?
I said it, Elias, right? And I know why I was saying it. And as I said it, right, the person came into the room. So Adrian Stroker's here. Good afternoon, Adrian.
Big up, Adrian. Good afternoon, my friend.
I've said for a long time, and Adrian was one of the people that said this a while ago, and he just happened to come in after I've asked you the question. He wasn't here when I asked you the question, but he's just come in. So I've said enough for a long time now, Elias, that the squad that Andrew's building has got players that can play multifunctional roles.
Exactly.
So he can switch in game, he can switch players around, he can substitute players in. I also maintain that Andrew needs 16 players to play each match. He needs 11 to start, and he needs 5 subs to come off the bench and to enhance the system, to keep up the intensity of what he's trying to produce on the pitch.
Yeah.
But I can see, and I said this the other day, but I can see Romero playing in the 6th role. When you've got Dragusin at the back with Van der Ven, which then means that Udogie and Porro still do their natural inverting, so to speak. And I think that could happen. And look as I said it. Look what he said. Look, just as I said it.
Yeah.
That's funny. The timing is impeccable.
And I've said it, and he's just said it again. He just said it after I've said it.
Actually, guys, I heard that even Dragusin used to play as a number 6 for Genoa at times, which was another theory that I can't remember. Some channel was discussing that as well. But now, since you brought up, Romero, I think has the exact attributes as well. The way he the way he's in the back three, he used to actually come forward as well and play in that midfield role. He used to do that quite a bit. And one thing that I also say sometimes is that in the back four and the back three system, actually it doesn't have much of a difference. It's just that you're playing one defender slightly behind in one, and one you're slightly like higher. Like one is a CDM, one is like a center back. There's not much difference actually in terms of the tactics. The way you play 3-4-2-1 and the way you play 4-3-3, basically it's more or less same. But Romero could be one. But again, the problem I think we will see with Romero is his holding of the ball. I think we'll struggle a bit. He can win the ball, yes. But again, you need a midfielder who can hold the ball in the midfield and link up the play. I think Romero will struggle there. He can play the long balls, yes. But if in terms of him linking up with Sarr and Madison, I don't see him as that sort of a link-up player in the midfield.
But in the back three, he was a ball carrier in the back three. So I think that he possibly may be able to do the role because he's been a ball carrier. But just before we carry on, let me just go. We start Chan's question. This came before 1-0. But he's asking the question of us. He said, first half of Jordan career is over. Goalless half, second half at the kickoff. Members of the panel and people in the chat, would you rather Spurs skipper Sonny go all the way in the final or not?
Ah.
He's hitting us with the tough questions right off the bat. Yeah. So big up to Chang.
Let's let Ellie go first on this.
Okay.
And then you, Elias, after Ellie, yeah? And people in the chat, what are your thoughts on the question that Chan's just posed us?
So I've got two hats, right? I've got
you can only have one.
I know. I'm going to get to the point, yeah?
No.
I've got two hats. I've got my first hat, and then I've got my love for Sonny hat for South Korea to go forward. And I think for me, I want Sonny to go all the way because it'd be so lovely. And how fitting will it be for him to come back as our captain with that trophy in his hand?
True, yes.
And he brings it out on the pitch, and I think it'll be fabulous for his confidence as well for the rest of the season. We're only going to miss maybe one more match of him if he gets to the final anyway. So it's not a massive big deal. So I would really love Sonny to win this trophy. So come on, South Korea, make it happen. Come on, Sonny. Yeah.
The same one to Elias, yeah.
I think I very much resonate with Ali that if you would have asked me this question before the Man City game, I would have said, yeah, we should get Sonny back for the Man City game. And because FA Cup is slightly more important, I think for league game, if he's not there, you can still kind of like make shift here and there a little bit. It's just one game. It won't decide your entire season still. I'm of that opinion. Like against Brighton and all, if you can try and make a point here and there still without Sonny, it's not a knockout tournament. So I would wish Sonny the best, I think, to win a trophy with South Korea. And imagine, guys, if he doesn't win a trophy, I think it's gonna hurt his own confidence as well. Because as a nation, actually, and in this part of the world, actually, you do look forward to that trophy quite a bit, because our football is not there at the European level or not there at the levels where we can actually challenge for like World Cups and all the big tournaments. So when we have the AFC Asian Cup, it is kind of a big thing for the Asian football fans. And someone like Sonny who want to actually win things for his country, AFC Asian Cup is a big opportunity now. And lately the competition in that competition has also gone up a lot. Like the level has gone higher. So someone like Sonny would want to win it over the likes of teams like Saudi Arabia, Iran, Japan, Jordan, who are doing quite well. Morocco, they did well in World Cups in other tournaments. So it means a lot to him. If he doesn't win it, I think it's going to hurt his confidence. And we may see that poor self-esteem or that poor confidence showing in some of his games in a Spurs shirt as well then. So I would rather he win it.
Right, so can I just ask the question right before I answer? Who's the other semi-final between? Is it Qatar? Is Qatar in the other semi-final?
Yes, Qatar and Iran.
Okay, so Qatar are the reigning champions, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah, they won it in 2019. They won it it was in UAE, and they beat Japan 3-1 in the final. Right. So I'm just looking at the history of the Asia Cup, and South Korea have won it twice. They won the inaugural one in '56, and then they won it in '60. They lost in the final in '72. They lost in the final in '88, and then they lost in the final in 2015. So at the moment, you have two previous winners in the semi-finals, i.e. South Korea and Qatar, and then you've got two that haven't won it, and I don't think have even reached the final. In Jordan, Jordan haven't reached the final.
Wow.
I'm just looking at Jordan haven't reached the final.
So yeah, Jordan has not won it before.
They've never reached the final either.
Yeah, never reached the final either. Qatar has won it definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, Qatar won it last time round.
Yep. In fact, last time South Korea won it, you have to go back all the way to 1960. Yeah.
That's correct. That's 1960. Yeah.
Yep. So if you look at this kind of tournament, I think it's almost as important for Sonny to win it for Korea as it's for him as Spurs player to win a league, because that's the last time I think we won the league as well, was 60-61 season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it does have that prestige as well for him to win it for Korea, because over the last couple of decades he has been the sensational Korean player who has come up in the world basically. So the expectations are higher for him that in his era he wants to win it, so he can be remembered in the history books that during Sonny's time Korea won the AFC Asian Cup.
And who is in the other semi-final?
Qatar and Iran.
Okay, so Iran, for Iran, what have Iran? Iran, have they reached the final? Yeah, Iran
1976.
Iran are previous winners. Iran have won 3 years on the trot. They won 68, 72, and 76.
Exactly.
Wow.
And
that's pretty impressive.
And the last time around, they were in the third and fourth place playoff. The last time they played the United Arab Emirates, so it was Iran, United Arab Emirates. And prior to that, Iran finished third in 2004. They also finished third in 1996. They finished third in 1988. They finished fourth in 1984. So, really, the only ones that haven't got pedigree in the finals is Jordan, who are currently 1-0 up.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Absolutely.
Actually,
Definitely.
Jordan are looking very likely to be the winners of the tournament. Although, as much as I would want Korea to win, the way they're playing the football, you can see that hunger in them. You can see that attacking. Like I was on Eugene's show earlier, and I was saying actually the way Jordan is playing is very much like the Ange ball. The way they worked out the team, very very good football actually to watch there as well from them, and the kind of chances that they are taking. Good. Like I would give it to them.
I've just seen a comment from Steve D. But what I will say to it, Steve D, he's just come in saying, "Don't give a monkeys about Korea. Only team I'm interested in is Sonny winning silverware with his Spurs. Shoot me, get on the next plane home, please, Sonny." What I would say to you is, with that comment, is currently at the moment, the teams that are playing today and Iran's game tomorrow, regardless of the scores, these people will be playing the third and fourth place playoff, as well as the final next weekend. So
Exactly.
Sonny, win or lose today, Sonny will not be back next weekend. Sonny will only be getting a plane back after the third and fourth place playoff or the final itself.
I was not aware that there was a third and fourth place playoff.
There is. All four teams are
Yes,
invested.
there is one.
Or once you get to
Oh my
semi-finals,
gosh. 2-0 to Jordan. Jordan just got a second goal, just so that you guys know.
I mean that guys, that would be more painful. Sonny coming back with a third place and still not playing over the weekend. That would be more painful, I think.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, regardless of Colin, whoever makes the third and fourth place, even in the World Cup, any competition you're playing, when there's a third and fourth place in football,
They'll just go ahead and play. Yeah.
you still have to play the four teams that are in the semi-percent. The four teams that make the semis would still have one further game to play. Whether they stick their first teams out or not is neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chris Agenbart, he's currently he was on Spurs Asian watching the game. as well on the watch along. So I presume that he's there. You've got Mark Changor saying Bissouma does not have the mentality for a big club.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. So I started that because it was just an interesting take.
We can come back to it. I'm just trying to say hello to the people already. You got Lee Smithy Smith saying hello to us all.
Big up Lee.
Amin Korea's also saying that Bissouma's got malaria. He's not well. We said good afternoon to Adrian. Mark Changor is saying good afternoon. Mark saying Son should go all the way. He's nearly there. Needs a trophy. And then something you said, Elias, is exactly what I was thinking, Elias. Son is an emotional character. This will be a confidence booster. They said, good afternoon to Rich we have here with us, saying Son will win a trophy with South Korea because he won't get one with Spurs.
Yeah,
good old Rich.
Down.
Yeah.
Down now.
And Jishnu's coming in saying Romero is good in a back three or in a two, but he can't play in midfield. You've got Bobby K. Good afternoon, Bobby K. Saying hello to us all.
Bobby.
Chang. Jordan 2 Korea 0. Sonny on his way out of the Asian Cup and on his first flight back to Stansted.
That's not happening, Chang.
Yeah, I don't know whether Chang heard what I said already, but yeah, it can't happen because
it'll be a third and fourth place match.
Top Spurs are telling us to score as well. Yeah, the thing about Sonny is Sonny will be heartbroken they go out tonight.
Oh my God! Yeah, it's gonna break him. Have you seen how emotional he is after his last win? I mean,
but the thing about Sonny as well is Sonny's such a nationalist that if they go out tonight, he will want to be in the team, even if it's a third and fourth place playoff, and he'll want to be getting at the bare minimum of third place if they go out tonight. So at the end of the day, for people wishing him to come back early, it's not going to happen, guys.
Unfortunately, just no way.
We want to stay for his country.
Let me just confirm if there's a third and fourth place playoff.
There is.
There is.
There will be.
So real quick, I was just going to say too, South Korea have been making it difficult for themselves this entire tournament. It is still not out of the realm of possibility for them to get the 2 goals needed to force this into extra time.
They've done it in every round up until now. They've scored really late, haven't they? So Steve D, we totally understand. No one was saying there was anything other. There was no disrespect in your comment. We understood your comment straight away. So there's no need to explain, Steve D. You're fine. Right, Elias, seeing that you're the only member that's come on at the moment, I've got another question for you. What do you think with the links yesterday with Rafinha and Neto?
Yes.
Okay, Pedro Neto one makes much more sense. I think if I look at the profile of the player, that link makes a lot of sense to me because of his pace, firstly, and his attributes. And I think we are looking for a position for someone in that role. So Neto one does make sense to me. I think the right wing side we do need some form of a player with those capabilities. The Rafinha links I don't think are legit in a way. I'm not that excited about it. It seems to be one of those like every season, like last season. I think for a long time we were linked with Frank Kessie. Every time I think before the summer window they'll link us with one Barca players that kind of like fits us in the positions that we are looking players for. In the end, it doesn't happen. So I'm not that excited about that link. But Pedro Neto one, yes. Makes sense. A good player, a fast player again in the league as well. His pace is quite good, and I think he would do really well in the AND system.
Ellie,
I think he's the perfect AND player. Both of them actually, because they both move ball quickly. They're both pacey players. I think they both play on the right though, so. I'm sure Rafinha plays on the right. Neto definitely plays there. So
Hey Ellie, I think you might be covering your mic a tiny bit.
Oh, sorry. I just feel
you're okay.
I just feel that those 2 players will put us up a level, because they've been performing for their clubs. I saw Rafinha at Leeds; he was exceptional at Leeds.
Oh my God, yeah.
Under that, but Bielsa style football. It's the similar style to Ange in a way, but it's not. We're not so gun ho, but
right.
yeah, I think the 2 players. If I had to choose 2 players to make us better, I'll choose those 2 because we're lacking on the wings. and their physicality is good as well. I don't know if you saw Neto's goal the other day where he held off the player, and it was beautiful the way he took it. It was excellent.
Oh,
So,
I didn't
yeah.
I didn't see it personally, but I believe you.
I'll have to
I
send
believe
you
you.
after this, Colin. I'll
Please
send
do,
you
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Please do. I'm trying not to get too hyped up. I'll answer to Elias. I'm trying not to get too hyped up about these links because, I mean, they're both players I think would massively improve our starting 11. Yeah, you know, we're all Spurs fans. We've all seen, you know, this merry-go-round of
we are all a bit
links.
all a bit excited Spurs fans, right?
We're excitable people. Yeah, exactly. I just want to say, Patty Hartnett, what is up, my man? Patty is in the building. This is afternoon, Ellie, Jose, and Call. Hope the three of you are all very well. And then he's also saying that South Korea will get to 2 goals. They have done it in every round so far. Patty, I hope you're right, man. Time is running out. 74th minute. 2-0.
Say another 5 or 6 minutes extra time. So they've got 20 minutes. They've got 20 minutes to do it.
Who knows?
Yeah, come on, son. We need that first goal to get them kicked off at least.
Yeah, come on.
Steve D, we get it. He says the pain of being a lifelong Spurs fan is enough not to be bothered with being let down by national football. I get it. Jishnu's in the house. Have we said hi to Jishnu yet? What's up, Jishnu?
Big up, Jishnu.
He's saying, do you like Rafinha and Neto? But they are more of electrifying wingers, better for a low block kind of style. Nusa was perfect, pacey, wide playmaker type. Could have helped us to dominate. But we do know that Nusa's like crocked, you know what I mean? Like he's got all those injury issues, right, guys? Isn't that what we found out, that he like failed a medical at Brighton?
Yeah.
So I think that we dodged a bullet with Nusa.
So they found a cartilage problem and a back problem as well. So
the cheek of trying to sell him to us while they knew he was
Actually,
broken.
I wanted to make one point on Pedro Neto. Actually, if you look at his stats, he has some. He doesn't score a lot of goals, but he provides a crazy amount of assists. Actually, like he has 10 assists already this season in 14 games for Wolves. For a team like Wolves having 10 assists from 14 appearances in Prem, that speaks length. Like really, it means that if you have a player like him playing with Sonny, and let's say even Richarlison, I think you will get a lot of goals through him. He may not directly score the goals, but a wonderful player you're getting in him.
Yeah. And I don't think Andrew's got plans for Kulu, you know, because he's just dropped him from the side because he wasn't performing. He's come on against Everton and he's been slouchy. He was so poor. It was unbelievable. You know, I'm so disappointed because I know Kulu can play a lot better than that. And lately, he's not been performing. And I think Andrew's losing his rag a bit. That's why he dropped him. Yeah, so, you know, that's what Andrew's like. He doesn't care who you are or what you've done in the past. If you're not performing, he will drop you to the bench. And I think when he brought him on, he expected a reaction. And all he got was sloppy play. Right, so I think he's not even going to get into the team for the next match. I'll be very surprised if I see Kulu in the starting 11. Just put it that way. And I like the player as well, but he's just not doing it.
Yeah, I have a feeling you're correct. He doesn't seem like the type of player. He's not a typical Ange winger. That's for sure. He's not a typical winger. You know?
If you had someone like Kane, who's sorry, Ali, you were saying something.
No, I was going to say he's a very good player, right? And he carries the ball. He's got the second most carries in the Premiership, but there's a time where you know you have to perform, right? And we needed him to come on and be aggressive, to hold the ball for us, and he's done this complete opposite. Yeah, so over to you, Elias. I've had my say on Kulu, but I do like the player. That's what makes me disappointed with him.
Yeah, Elias, what were you going to say? You were about to start saying something as well.
Yeah, I was actually going to say, if you had a player, someone like Kane, actually, who can create easily in the box once he has the ball, like what Kulu used to do for him. Actually, I think Kane and Kulu, they used to complement quite a lot each other a little bit as well. Still. And with him, he more or less worked out. But now you don't have that star striker there. And to find a striker like Kane is not going to be always easy. It's you will not find another Harry Kane. So I feel that that's where Kulu would struggle a lot, unless he really figures out like he can start providing assists, and he can go into those positions where he can set up the striker really well. At the moment, he is just a good carrier of the ball. Beyond that, he doesn't provide anything. Uh, and I don't know why, but lately he has looked off to me as well. He doesn't have the pace as well, and secondly, he has become much more predictable the way he goes forward and the positions he goes to. Like now, defenders know that Kulu would go all the way towards the end of the right wing, and then he'll come towards that corner there. All the defenders sort of like anticipate him there, and they are there to stop him, as that's where he used to provide assists. But now he has been figured out. So that's where you need a little bit more precision in your game, a little bit more deception. I think that's where he really lacks. Like he can't do any tricks.
Yeah. He's a limited player. What he does, I feel like he does pretty well, which is hold up the ball, use his strength. That's his biggest weapon, I would say, is his strength to hold other players off the ball. But yeah, his dribbling and shooting do leave a lot to be desired. Passing as well. I mean, his passing used to be a lot better. I feel like we've seen that kind of drop off, like you were saying, Elias. It's tough. Jose, real quick, I just want to ask you, because Ellie reckons that Kulu might not be in the coach's long-term plans. Do you think Postecoglou sees Kulu as a player he can rely on and use as part of his system, or do you think that we might be seeing him phased out?
Is Kulu the player that Postecoglou? We got Kulu, but Postecoglou likes speed down the wings.
Yeah.
Now, saying that, we did pay 40 million or whatever it is for Kulu, and last year
42, I think.
So we've made a heavy investment in Kulu. I think for the time being, Kulu will be in his plans, possibly next season as well as. But then, depending how the team evolves and how and what other players we bring in, could well be that he may be moved on. If not found the position, he might be moved on.
But I think Jose, the other possible scenario that Kulu has is his market value has gone much up as well since the time we bought him. He's no longer a 45 million player as well, because what he at the moment is having is not as bad of a patch like what Ndombele had, and their price really went down. His price has gone up lately in the last year as well. He's one of those players who we can now, if we want, I think we can sell him from 55 million and above. Because of the shortage of forwards also in the market, he can still, I think, work out in a particular system. That in a counter-attacking system, I think he can still work out. Like if he goes with like Mourinho kind of a team or Conte kind of a team, he will still work out. But in this kind of high pressing,
Elias, who will buy him for 55 million?
Who would pay 55 million for him?
The market is completely strangled at the moment. And I can see that continuing. The only teams that can afford that kind of money for me are the British clubs at the moment. But even the British clubs are not prepared to spend that kind of money, it seems, if we go by looking at this transfer window. So his market value, whilst I agree with you, he's either held or improved his market value. I find it difficult who would come in to buy him. And not just for Tottenham players now. I can say worldwide, it's difficult because of the way the market is.
Yeah, that's
Agreed.
the thing. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, who would pay for it? Like, I could actually see him going to a club like maybe Chelsea, but Chelsea are in a financial mess right now, or even like clubs like, I think who plays on the right wing for Bayern, by the way, guys. Any idea?
Oh God, I don't even. I'm embarrassed. I embarrassingly don't know.
Let me check. I know that they have a good squad there.
All
Sané.
the ex-Tottenham players are going to buy.
Oh, Leroy Sané. Okay, so Bayern, I think is Sané. So I don't think he's better than Sané, or they would actually go look for someone like
Sané doesn't get on with Sané doesn't get on with Tuchel. There's problems with both of them, I think.
We'll promote them. We'll have Sané. They can have Kulu.
Sané. Yeah, if Sané were to leave and come to us,
That would be
That may work.
incredible.
Sané in a swap deal for Kulu, if he's not working out with Tuchel, who knows? I mean, Tuchel is history. When he doesn't get on with the players, he tends to sell them and he tends to move on with it actually. So that is possible. I can see Bayern paying some form of big money for him. But even Bayern, I think they are kind of limited now by FFP as well, given they have paid quite a bit actually in the last couple of windows as well. And we tend to like now, I think, trick them with the likes of like Dyer going there. And he's doing well there, by the way, guys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You asked for an Eric Dyer. The other day you were here and you said you would have liked it better if it was a Dyer thing. The only Eric Dyer thing I've got. Well, this is the only one I've got. You're not going to love it, but that is the Eric Dyer video I've got.
He played a worldie against Borussia. He played brilliant.
Yeah, he's showing he can do it over there.
Actually, I am shocked he can actually tackle. He can actually make good clearances. I was shocked.
It's not just the hands behind the back.
Exactly right.
Well, they've actually said that Bayern were looking at Steve Bergwijn as well. So at this in the winter transfer window, we're looking at Bergwijn. I think there is unrest with Sane and with Tuchel. There really is a lot of unrest there between them. So on the one hand, you've got Bayern who are ex-Tottenham, because if Bergwijn goes there, then you've got 3 ex-Tottenham players there. But what about Galatasaray and the news that's been broken today?
Hold on, news broken today.
Right, so let me tell you, how many ex-Tottenham players do Galatasaray have?
They've got
Ndombele, they got Sanchez, they've got a couple of others as well we tricked them with.
I only knew about Ndombele and Sanchez, I thought.
No,
yeah, we got quite a bit.
Who else they got?
Let me just check.
I was going to say, I'm going to cheat. I know
they've
got Zaha from Palace.
They got Sanchez. They got Ndombele.
Vinicius has now gone there.
Oh, Vinicius is
gone there.
Expert.
Yeah. Expert. He's gone there now. And
Tete is there.
There's another ex-Tottenham player there who escapes my mind at the moment. But the latest player that's been linked today, is because their window is open for a further week or 2 weeks, and they're talking about taking Christian Eriksen now.
Oh wow!
Oh,
okay.
Wow.
No, I mean, that'd be a good player. I honestly think that might be a good player for them.
Jacob's in the chat, and Jacob must be all over this because Jacob's coming with both the names, Carlos Vinicius and Serge Aurier.
Yes, Jacob, big up.
I think Eriksen's finding the Premiership a bit tough, isn't he?
Actually, the Galatasaray squad is not that bad. Like if you look at it, they have players like Icardi there now. They have Ziyech there now on loan from Chelsea, and they have.
I'm probably one of the only people in the whole world who thinks that Zaha's a good player still.
Dries Mertens. They got Dries Mertens. They got Zaha there as well. Yeah.
They got Victor Nelson. Serge Aurier, by the way, is there.
Serge Oliveira. They got Lucas Torreira there. They got
Serge Aurier there as well.
Yeah, Serge Aurier is there.
Victor Nelson.
Carlos Vinicius.
They must have a rich chairman.
Well, right at the moment, if you were to look at the Turkish league, the big 4 in Turkey are normally Galatasaray, Fenerbahce, Besiktas, and Trabzonspor. Right, but the 2 teams leading the way at the moment and are leading by about 20 points. And then neck and neck on points is Fenerbahce and Galatasaray. And Fenerbahce, you start looking at the Fenerbahce squad, they brought some players in as well.
Oh my God!
They have really gone into it. They're trying to really outdo each other. They've brought some players.
I think we sent someone on loan to Fenerbahce as well, right? Like 1 season ago or something.
No, it was Besiktas.
Oh yeah, Besiktas.
They've got Lucas Torreira, the short guy from Arsenal.
He's at Galatasaray.
Yeah, he's there.
Yeah. Fenerbahce, right, have got let me see the players. They've got Fred, ex-Man United.
Yeah.
They've got Dusan Tadic, by the way.
Yeah. They've got Cengiz Under, They've got Cengiz Under, Edin Dzeko, Sebastian Szymanski, who we were looking at supposedly. They've got
Dominic Livakovic, we were linked with him as well before we got Vicario.
They got Leonardo Bonucci's just signed for them.
Wow.
They've got Kalga Soyuncu, who used to be at Leicester. You're right, they've got Tadic. They've got
Batshuayi.
They've got Batshuayi.
Wow, they've got just attackers out the yin yang over there, man.
Ryan Kent from Rangers. They got him from Rangers, Ryan Kent. They've also got Bright Asayi Samuel, who played for Reading. They've got Josh King. Although I thought Josh King had got to move over to here in England, but I'm not sure. But according to this, they've got Josh King. So, but they're leading the point. They're leading the league on goals scored, and they scored more goals than Galatasaray. But it's only them two. It's a two-horse race at the moment in Turkey.
Yeah, it's
one of those leagues.
Yeah.
And there's another one as well. I think the player that who used to play for Leicester, what's his name? Soyuncu.
Soyuncu. I said Kalga Soyuncu.
Do they want 12 guys, right?
Forgot about him.
Galatasaray, they usually win the league or come second, so they'll always go Champions League. So all these players, they're going to be playing Champions League more than our players if we don't make it.
Yeah, but getting knocked out. But hopefully, I mean, not hopefully, but most likely not making it super far. But we don't know that. I mean,
they made it far once when they beat Man United. Do you remember? I think they got to the quarter-final stage.
Wow, that's impressive. I don't remember, but I probably just wasn't paying attention, to be totally honest.
Fenerbahce were 22 games unbeaten. They'd played 22, won all 22 league games, but they've now drawn a few. So at the moment, Fenerbahce and Galatasaray are both on 63 points, but Fenerbahce have 45 plus goal difference. Galatasaray's is 36. Wow. Third place is Besiktas on 39 points. They're 24 points in front or behind Fenerbahce and Galatasaray. And Trabzonspor 37. So yeah, it's only a two team. It's like Celtic and Rangers in Scotland.
Yeah, sounds exactly like that.
They are both dominating that league quite a bit.
Just wanted to throw everybody, it's the 90th minute plus 1, 91st minute, and it's still Jordan 2, Korea 0.
And can I just say that I'm going and looking and I'm trying to confirm. There's no confirmation I can find that there actually is a third and fourth place game.
Yes. Actually, there's none apparently. I think the way they award the third and fourth place is it depends on the outcome of the final.
Okay.
Right.
If that's the case, and there is not a game, then Sonny comes home today, and that means Sonny will be in the squad for Saturday.
The Brighton game. Yeah.
Okay, today is Tuesday, so if he takes a flight, I think he should be back by tomorrow morning. If he takes a straight flight, even
even if he's back tomorrow evening, he's back training on Thursday.
Yep.
Yeah. And we all know the kind of guy he is. He'll be back. So I just wanted to say what's up. I just want to say what's up to Manny. Manny's in the house. I don't know if we've said hey to Manny.
Big up, Manny.
Said, wait, what's this? I just get home and I see the scores. Jordan winning 2-0. We get our Sonny back. Happy. And Manny, we've all been discussing this at length. We're not sure if we're happy or we're sad. I mean, we're happy to have Sonny back, but what mentality is Sonny going to be returning back in? Is he going to be sad? You know, he's one of those people. I feel like everybody's got somebody at the office where if they're having a bad day, they're like the sunshine at the office. And if they're having a bad day, you have one too. You're like, what the heck? Where's my good mood? Where's my smiles? Where's my friend? And if Sonny is in a bad mood, I wonder how much that's going to, I don't want to say rub off on the other players, but I mean, I think it'll affect everybody a bit. So hopefully.
Is your mum working today, Colin?
Yeah, she is.
Fair enough. Yeah, because she's in the chat and I wanted to see whether she wanted to come on.
Oh, well, ask her. She can do whatever she wants at work. She's the boss. You keep telling me this all the time. Julie, you're a member. If you want to come on, the link's in the community page. You can come on. I'll send it directly to you.
Julie is your mom, right, Colin?
Anybody else in the chat who's a member, come and join us, guys. Come on.
Absolutely.
Come
get that dressing gown on and come on.
Yes.
Yeah. So
let's have a bit of a debate because so far we are agreeing with each other.
if people want to become members and they want to come on the show, the membership is pinned on. The link is pinned to the chat, and then you become a member. You can come on straight away and have your say.
Absolutely.
Actually, I like this point that Leo just made. I think Sonny deserves a rest if he comes home early. Yes, he does. I think the first game we may not see him starting, perhaps, just to like ease him into the game, into the squad, because when you play knockout tournament like AFC Asian Cup, I think that the intensity is huge. You're playing games like every 2-3 days, and it's a lot of games actually, and psychologically, I think also is a bit of a pressure. So if he does come back with a loss tomorrow, he does deserve a rest. I think you need to kind of like ease him slowly into the team. Of course, he will train, I think, as soon as possible. But in terms of playing time, I think you should give him a bit of a break.
And I mean, he might come off the bench. There's a chance. I mean,
yeah, that's what I was saying.
Charlison's been playing so well, maybe.
Did you see his comment by Manny?
Yeah, Klinsmann's
getting sacked.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I think
Their football
Sonny
hasn't
will
looked
go
good.
straight back in. I disagree. I disagree. I think Sonny will go straight back in to the team.
Really?
I don't think. Yeah, he's that important to us.
The
Remember,
club,
he's our captain as well.
And the club pays your wage. The club pays your wages, not your national country. And I know that he's a nationalist, but you're playing and your contract's with your club, so the club needs you. They'll play you.
Yeah.
No, I understand that, but the problem is that it does affect the club as well in the future if your player gets injured or if he's stressed. So you need to have a bit of a balance there as well. Like, yeah, of course you're paying their wages, but you want the best for the player and the club both ways. You can't be like so selfish that your players are getting injured and then they are not able to get up. So you have to be a bit professional about these things.
Fair. No, fair. I just think with the guy that Sonny is too, I think this is the man we all have to remember had a broken arm, was refusing to get it scanned after the match because he knew they were going to find the break in his arm, and he did not want in any way to be sat out or to miss any game time. So he's going to be back. Win or lose, I mean, it's looking definitely like it's going to be a loss now, obviously, but he's going to come back ready to play. I think we were all saying, and Mom says here, I hope he's not too deflated after the loss. She wanted to win it for her son. I think he's going to come back. This might just bring him back even more fired up. We know that this guy's got the drive and determination of, I don't even know anybody to compare him to. He's in a league of his own when it comes to drive and determination. So I think that he'll come back maybe with a fire lit inside of him, and hopefully want to push on for Spurs. And
definitely. I think he himself is a good professional in terms of his work ethic and in terms of the way he process. And I think at this level, the footballers do know. And by the way, Manny, I'm not saying so much so for the emotional sake. I'm saying that if he's stressed in terms of his body, he should be eased back into the squad rather than starting the game straight away. That's what I meant, basically. I'm not saying that you should like give him a rest and let him go on a holiday for a week or something. No, I'm not meaning that. I'm just saying like ease him back into the squad rather than just straight away starting him. Yeah.
And I mean, nonsense or not, I mean, however you want to view it, players' mindsets and mentality does kind of play a role into their form. I mean, I don't think you can deny that. Manny, I do think that he'll come back and he's a professional. He knows what he's doing. You know what I mean? He's a pro. He's been doing this for years. This isn't going to be the first tournament he's been knocked out of, and having to come back and and play again. It's nothing new to him. But we're kidding ourselves, I think, a bit if we say it's not going to affect him at all. But again,
I was expecting South Korea to win today.
I think we all did, and maybe South Korea did, and that could have been part of their issue as well. I didn't watch the match, obviously, but Chang said that he was going to maybe come and give us stop by a little bit after the match. So maybe Chang can give us some insight into what went wrong for Korea today.
But I think it's Klinsmann's tactics, in my opinion.
At the stats, they've only had one shot on target and 4 shots off target, and Jordan have had 8 shots on target and 5 off target. So but then the possession is with Korea. 67% possession to Korea, 33 to Jordan. So their possession hasn't led to opportunity.
Right. And like everyone was saying, Klinsmann definitely getting the sack. I don't think he's had them playing great football, from what I understand. It's probably been a little too reliant upon, the star players of the team. I kind of think, that's how it's looked to me, at least. I've only ever tuned in when they've needed a goal really bad, and it's taken that individual brilliance, either from Son or whoever, but to get it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the football they're playing has been wonderful. I'm excited to have Sonny back.
The problem with Klinsmann is half of the time he's not even there at the games, and he's not even there for the training sessions usually. When this session, which is a problem apparently.
Yeah, very strange. No, not a good coach. I'm not sure how you're getting jobs if that's the types of if that's the job you're putting in. Yeah. Jacob though saying if Sonny isn't fit, he needs to rest, plain and simple.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree. But will he agree to rest, Jacob, is one thing that I would like to point out. You know what I mean? And Mark Changor brings up a good point. Mark, Spurs need to cope without Son. He's not going to be there forever. I feel like we're already starting to kind of look towards that future, with Kane gone and having basically no replacement there. We are going to have to cope without Son eventually. And learning how to do that now isn't a terrible thing. I don't know. Jose, you think he'll have some game time this weekend? No doubt. If he's home?
If he's home and his mind's on it, he plays.
Yeah.
He will be assessed. He will be assessed, and big man Ange will have a chat with him, and we'll know exactly where we stand after he's had a chat with him. If he's had a chat with him and says he's fit enough to play and his mindset is right and he's right to start, he will play. But it's that conversation that takes place on Thursday morning when he returns by tomorrow evening. He'll return, and it's the conversation they have on the training pitch on Thursday morning that will dictate where he is on Saturday at 3:00.
Yeah, definitely, and Ange will know as well, because he's very good with his players. Ange, he'll have a really good chat with him. Yeah,
absolutely.
Steve agrees as well that Son should play.
Oh yeah,
Kieran
Kaiba
at the optimum time, doesn't he? At the optimum moment.
They do. They know what we're talking about. They're like, we want Son to play. So we all know Jose's dogs, Kieran Kaiba, want Son to play this weekend.
Now the match. Anyway,
it's finished. Oh man. Well, I'm glad I didn't have to see Sonny's face. I'm really glad I didn't have to see Sonny's sad face because it would have killed me inside. Me neither.
I know.
Yeah, that's sad.
He might even be crying, because he's a very sensitive lad. Yeah,
and absolutely. Mom though saying that she thinks he'll have minutes this weekend for sure.
Yeah, he will. I think he will.
And then we've got Neil Shafton saying let's have Ange make the decision. Richarlison has been just fine. We don't know if Son is carrying a knock, but Ange makes the call. Absolutely.
By the way, guys,
anyway, he wasn't playing in Richie's position. Sonny was playing where Werner's playing. So if anybody's going to lose their place, it's going to be Werner.
Actually, I have a slightly different take on that. I think I would play Werner there.
I would play him. I would play him, whether it be on the right or the left. I think that he's been our best winner.
I would maybe. What I might do is I might play Werner on the right, and then I might put Sonny on the left and put Richarlison in the middle.
Yeah, I think that would be
my style
once Sonny's back.
Werner hasn't done anything wrong to be dropped, really. He's had 3 assists and he's made some good runs.
My only problem with him is that he's a bit too hesitant coming into the box or trying to take that half a chance, he's always trying to be at the edge of the box there to collect the passes and then try to make a bit of a cross in. He usually try to do that only. He's not the kind of player who you can see that he will suddenly cut in and try to score a goal. He has been hesitant in that, perhaps is because of his history. People made fun of him because of all his misses and stuff like that. So if he can just improve that, actually he isn't that bad of a signing. I know he's getting a lot of stick for things, but Werner on the right and maybe Sonny on the left would be a good one for me.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Werner on the right. I don't know how much he's played that position in his life.
Let me just check.
Yeah, thank you, Elias. You are on it, man. I appreciate you.
I've seen him score goals
I'm a
on the
stats
right.
person.
I've seen him score goals where he's been on the right. Because
Yeah.
when you watch his highlight reels, he scores quite a lot of goals on that position. So he must have played there because he wouldn't drift from the left to the right, or he's playing striker.
Right. That's
He has played
possibility
striker
too,
before, definitely.
Yeah.
Adrian is pointing out, so that is now Basuma, Sar, and Sonny all coming
All
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
so Werner is a right-footed player.
okay.
He's a right-footed player, by the way.
Yeah, so he can play on the right.
He can, yeah. And let me just check his stats. How much he has played on right wing and how has it?
He was playing on
Okay,
the
right
right.
wing. He has played before, yeah.
Yeah, because he was playing on the right when Eric Dyer done that tackle and gave him a penalty. Do you remember? He was cutting him from the right, and Eric Dyer sort of slid to the floor and he upended him. So he was on the right that time.
Yeah, you're having me think way far back, Ellie. My brain's not ready for this yet today.
I remember
I can remember that actually.
I was remembering it well because I was cursing Eric Dyer when he did it because it was really a
When are we
tackle.
not? When are we not cursing Eric Dyer, right?
Well, when he does good things, you have to praise him. But that was a bad tackle because he got his legs all twined into Werner's legs and he upended him. Oh, it was so sloppy. It was unbelievable. But no, we've got an Eric Dyer fan here, so I'm not going to go into one.
Yes, so he can play on the right as well. And his per 90 goals actually on the right is better than his goals on the left.
Sweet. Hey, well then let's get it over. Adrian says front three of Werner on the left, Richarlison through the middle, and Sonny on the right. It's looking good that we're going to be able to maybe swap Sonny and Werner, maybe even in game, depending on how defenders are lined up. That's always a good option to have. Drula,
actually, now
your wonderful niece is here. Oh, sorry, Elias.
No, sorry. You read the chats. Sorry, guys. I have this very bad habit of a sudden thought comes in my mind and I want to say it out. So we better read the chats.
No, you're good. You're good, man. Yeah, I'm getting a little behind on these.
No, because chats are watching. Better not keep waiting.
You're good, my man. No worries. Gyros Peanut says, "Where's Manor Solomon? He's so small. Maybe they've forgotten about him." Love it. Love it. He's definitely a player.
He's small, actually.
And he's got him in his pocket.
he's 5. He's
5'5" or 5'6".
Yeah, right. So he's pretty small. Yeah,
but he looks tall to me though. Oh,
it's because he's so skinny. I think he's very skinny. I think maybe that's part of it.
He's smaller than me. He's 167.
You know what? He's not skinny. He's built.
He's
built.
Have you seen
that's
his
true.
legs?
No, I haven't taken a good look at him.
Johnson skinny. He's quite built. He's quite stocky. And
I'll take a better look. Maybe that's why he does such a good job. So hard to pull over. He's got that little bit of messy.
Things.
There you go. Yeah, I'll have to take a better look.
He's quite built. He's got really good legs. Yeah, really solid legs. He's quite compact. He looks like Andros Townsend was, like him. He's not massive. He's not a massive player, but he's solid.
Right, he's not a little twig that you can blow over with a leaf. Yeah, like some of our other guys.
True.
So yeah, Mark saying Sonny might have only been fired up if there was a trophy on the line for Spurs. We'll never know because there's not. No. Neil Shafton though saying he doesn't care where they line up, just Fox set pieces. I love it. Kev Williams is in the house. Big up, Kev. Kev saying, hi, everyone. I'm sad for Sonny. Hope he's okay. But we do have our team back. My fellow Spurs peeps, come on, you Spurs. Yes, Kev. We agree. We're all kind of on the same page, I think. We just want Sonny to be on his A game, not too upset, ready to come and play for Spurs and help us get the 3 points this weekend. So big up, Kev. Glad to have you here, man. Yes, this is it. Fix the issues with pylons on and behind Vic, man on each post. I don't understand why we haven't already stuck one of our guys on Vicario. But anyway, that's something we could talk about later. There's issues with Vicario, and I'm sure you guys have all noticed.
The problem I think with him is he is too small. I would say he's not a very built goalkeeper. So
Yeah.
that would get him issues. Like if
Do
you all
you
remember
know
when.
that Vicario is 6'4"?
No, as in his build. I'm not talking
Yeah,
about
he's
his
built.
height.
Yeah, I've seen him close up, right?
But I don't
Because
want him to
you know
change
when
that
on
build.
on telly, players look a bit bigger, but when you see him in real life, right,
Mhm.
he's tall. Don't get me wrong, but he's got very.
Let's check his shirtless
He's very
pics.
slim and athletic.
Love it. Yeah, absolutely. And I think if he changed that, I think it would make him less effective as a goalkeeper in the ways where he is effective. But there has to be an answer. Whether him bulking up, I don't think is it. But we need to have a defender on him, one of our defenders on him to help combat. You know what I mean? The opposing players crowding him out and keeping him from moving to balls. There's got to be a solution there.
It has to be Romero, I think.
Or we were talking about Richarlison. We think Richarlison would be a decent fit back there, Elias. That he, you know what I mean? He's got such good aerial ability. He's not already supposed to be defending somewhere else. So I feel like another defender, we might be taking them out of their position where Ange wants them. But if an attacking player comes back to do the job, that means all of our defenders are still in place. Yet we can still offer that protection to Vicario. He definitely needs something. But Ellie, your lovely niece is here.
Yay!
Yeah, she wanted Sonny
Who's
to win
Ellie's
that
niece,
Asian
by the
Cup.
way?
That'd be Drula.
My niece is
Oh,
Rula.
nice.
Drula. Chang, what is up, man? It is
Big up,
good to
Chang.
see you, buddy. I've missed you a lot. Here, I'm going to move us closer together. Yeah.
Actually, guys,
Thank you
Vicario
very
is
much for having me on.
not the same. He's kind of built.
Thank you very, very much for having me on in the first place. By the way, I just came back. I just got off the live watch along for the match between Jordan and Singapore. Let me just tell you, if Jurgen Klinsmann were to survive this humiliation at the hands of Jordan in this very disappointing cup exit, I think it would be a miracle that he's even still in the job, because I know there are a lot of people who are going to draw comparisons between this Korean semi-final match with that FA Cup loss to Manchester City 2 weeks prior. The one damning statistic that you could pick out from this Korean loss was, in the entire 99 minutes of the semi-final, Korea only managed one shot on target. Shot on target against Jordan in the entire 99 minutes, compared to Jordan's 8 shots on target, in which they've registered 2 goals. If that doesn't tell you how bad the Korean national team is performing under Jurgen Klinsmann, I don't know what else will. And by the way, thank you very much, Madam Sivas, for the chat.
She's
Chang,
one of your biggest fans.
I've got one question for you, Chang. Just one question.
Yes.
Is there
yes,
a third and fourth place playoff? Okay, so Sonny will be back in London tomorrow night. Then.
I just did a check on all platforms and also on the Asian Cup official website. There won't be a third placing playoff match beyond this. So there won't be a third place team. It will just be the final for the winners of the semi-finals between, I believe it's Qatar. The host Qatar will now take on Iran for a place in the final, and whoever wins that match will now play Jordan in the final on Saturday. The kickoff will be simultaneously with the 3 p.m. UK time kickoff between Spurs and Brighton this coming Saturday.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, we know which match you'll be watching, Chang.
We
know which match you'll be watching.
Yes,
so,
man.
well, we have to get.
That
I
goes
get some
without
questions
saying.
in.
Yeah, Paddy, you're right, mate. Yeah, Paddy, you were right earlier. I just wanted to check myself, and I couldn't find anything. So, yeah, well done, Paddy, because you gave it to us earlier, mate.
Big up, Paddy.
Yeah.
Chang, I just wanted to ask.
They did have one before, but they scrapped it. They said.
Yeah. So you were on it, Jose. I just wanted to ask Chang. So since you watched the match, how bad was it? I mean, as bad as it sounds, Korea doesn't sound like they had a good tournament at all. And I saw someone else mentioning that in the chat here, that their whole entire tournament was bad. And since I didn't really get to watch any matches from start to finish, how do you think they did? I mean, was it just terrible coaching? Just terrible coaching?
To put it to you this way, if you know how Spurs have been categorically, how we've been categorically dubbed as a second half FC under Conte and maybe even under Jose before he was, both of them were sacked. The only time that Korea actually got anywhere into the tournament was after they conceded, or even after they got to grips with the second half. Because in the group stages, when you concede 3 goals against possibly the weakest team in the entire tournament, which is my home country, or rather my country of birth, Malaysia, to concede 3 goals against Malaysia takes some doing. And the very fact that the only point that Malaysia picked up in the entire tournament was against the team that I was so hoping to avoid in the group stages, which is South Korea. The very fact that Malaysia actually managed to scrap a draw against Korea just speaks volumes of just how bad the Korean setup was, that they can even concede 3 goals against Malaysia.
You know what though, Chang? I was just going to add, right? But they've got the two of the best strikers on form in the Premiership. Yet
Yes,
they can't
and
muster up a goal against Jordan. You know, so there must be
okay,
something inherently wrong with the coaching and the spirit of the camp, because it looks like they didn't. I'm not saying they didn't try, but it looks like they don't have the belief when they're playing. Because I watched a few of their games, and I didn't get any joy in watching them, apart from when Son scored that free kick, and a few bits here and there. There wasn't much continuity to their play.
okay. To answer your question,
1 second?
Queen Ellie.
Just before you answer, Chan, can I just say we've got a super chat? I don't want to keep it waiting. Can you tell us a super chat, Chan?
Yes.
Okay, so to Mr. Adrian Chia from Singapore, thank you very much for your super chat. Basically, he's saying here, big up Chang, have a Chendol Kampung Hulu on my behalf. So to anyone in the chat or even in the panel who don't know what Chendol is supposed to be like a popsicle, a sort of popsicle pudding, which is a very popular dessert here in Malaysia. Chendol is actually something like melted ice cream. It's a local Chinese or
Isn't it Nyonya?
I wouldn't. Yes, I'm trying to find a term for Nyonya in English, because it's not exactly indigenous. Because this culture, or rather this race, they're actually a mix between the local Malays and Chinese. And the local Malays and Chinese, when they have this intermarriage, they come up with this culinary mashup between Malay and Chinese food. So chendol is actually a byproduct of that intermarriage between the Malays and the Chinese here in Malaysia. So yeah, chendol is a very popular dessert here in Malacca. If there are anyone in the chat or anyone watching this on playback, if any of you ever make it to my hometown of Malacca here in Malaysia, look me up. You can always hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I would very, very much like to take any of you out for a chendol here in Malacca anytime you do drop by.
Okay, Chang, I'm coming to see you tomorrow. I'm coming to see you tomorrow.
Look me up anytime. You have my number.
I have your number. I stay like 30 minutes away from you, so yeah, you're gonna take me to Chendol now.
Thank you, Adrian, for the super chat, and thank you to our Asian friends on the panel at the moment who have both described to us what this all actually means. Thank you.
Nice one.
Actually, basically, is if you all know, or those of you who are Koreans, like go to Korean cafes, like bingsu. Have you heard of like bingsu, the shaved ice dessert, that very famous Korean dessert? It's something like that, actually.
Nice. My daughter gets this little ice cream, and I'm sure it's similar to that.
Yep.
I can't remember what it's called, but it comes in little pods, and it's like a soft ice cream, but it's got a nice crispy top. I don't know what they do to the top, but it's a bit harder on top, and then all soft in the middle. It's really, really nice. But I've forgotten what they're called, but they come in a pod of 6. When she gets home, I'll ask her, because I've forgotten what they're called. And she ate 4 of them the other day. And she goes, Mum, do you want the other 2? And I said, no, save them for me.
She had 4 of those. Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, she does. She's got a sweet tooth, my daughter.
Wow. No, I'm
Can I
surprised.
just very quickly go back? Can I just very quickly go back to Queen Ellie's earlier question with regards to the Korean national team and how they're doing in the Asian Cup? You were mentioning earlier that Korea have the 2 most lethal forwards in the Premier League in the form of Son Heung-min and also Hwang Hee-chan from Wolves. So just to give you an idea, Queen Ellie, as to just how badly deployed, or rather how badly managed the Korean national team were, in the 81st minute of the semi-finals that just ended between Jordan and South Korea, Hwang Hee-chan, the striker from Wolves, he was hauled off. He was taken off by Klinsmann in the 81st minute when they were trailing by 2-0 for another midfielder. So it was just Son by himself up top. It's just Son Heung-min by himself up top and 5 midfielders behind him. I guess it's 3 in the midfield and 2 wide players who bomb forward. But the only recognizable forward in the entire South Korean national team for the remainder of the 10 minutes of regulation time, as well as the 9 minutes of added injury time, was Son Heung-min. He was the only recognizable forward when the South Koreans were down by 2-0, and they had only registered 1 shot on target up until then. And is it any wonder why they only ended up with 1 shot on target the entire 99 minutes?
No,
like I said when I just came on, it's if Klinsmann is still in the job, if Klinsmann is still in the hot seat after this, it will be a miracle for him.
I think he's getting fired in the morning. He's
getting sacked in the morning.
You're getting sacked in the morning.
We all have beautiful singing voices.
Do you know what?
By the way, guys,
he's a World Cup winner as well. You know, he's a World Cup winner. He's played for top sides. You'd think he'd bring up some acumen in his coaching. But he makes basic errors. To take off a top striker and put a midfielder on, very bad. When you're
I do recall that there were 2 previous editions of the World Cup. There were these 2 particular World Cups. I believe it was either in 2006 or 2010. In 2006, I believe the German national team were then coached by Klinsmann, and they went quite far in the tournament. That I believe it was won by Italy when they beat France. If you remember that crazy final that Zidane headed Materazzi in the chest. The German national team went very far in the tournament under Klinsmann, and then the next World Cup after that, I believe Jurgen Klinsmann brought the American national team quite far into that tournament in it was either 2010 in South Africa or 2014, the World Cup in Brazil. But yeah, Klinsmann actually has quite a good track record with national teams for the German national team and also the American national team. So why he's doing so badly in what is supposed to be the golden generation of this crop of Korean national players, I will never know why.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
but I agree with Mia in the chat. She said that not all good players make good manager. Like you look at Steven Gerrard, he's not a good manager either. Like he was a great player, but yeah,
No.
he's not a good manager. A lot of players, I think, they don't turn out to be good manager. Like
Yeah.
Ronald Koeman, you all know how good he was as a player, but as
Yeah.
a manager for Barca, he was nonsense.
Not so good. I know. Same with Jose. He didn't have a very nice career in terms of how high he went in football. And he's a fantastic
Absolutely.
manager. Jurgen Klopp, not really particularly good footballer. Fantastic manager. Pep Guardiola is an anomaly, isn't he? He was a decent
No, but Pep
footballer.
was a good player, Ellie.
Don't get me
Pep
wrong.
was-
Pep was a good player, but he wasn't a brilliant player. He even admits it himself. He said he was a very efficient player, and his
Guys.
teams play very efficiently as well. You
we've
know.
got a new member. Mia has become a new channel member. Mia W,
Woohoo!
our very own Mia.
Well
What is
done,
up,
Mia.
Mia? Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much for becoming a member, for your donation to helping keep the channel going. We appreciate you, Mia. And come on the show.
Yeah.
Grab
I'm
the
on
Yeah,
link
with
in
come
the
on
Mia
the
comment
show,
later as
section.
well. I'm on with
Yeah.
Mia later on to Dare is to Debate.
There
Yeah.
you go, Mia. Come say hey. We'd love to see your face, Mia. Big
Yeah.
time. We would love it. But she's true. Not all managers make good players. It looks like Adrian Chia's got another super chat in here. Klinsmann
Jump
worse
on. Tell
is
Mia
worse
to
than
jump
Ten Hag.
on.
Jump on. And Adrian.
If she's a member, she
Jump
can
on,
jump
Mia.
on.
And Smithy.
Yeah.
Because I'm
Yeah.
going to jump off now, guys. I'm going to jump
Okay.
off now because I've got to go
Gotcha.
and cook. I've got to
Yes,
go and cook
ma'am.
for my family and have a lovely show. Everybody enjoy yourselves. Come on, you Spurs, and come on, you
Big up to
Sonny.
Ellie.
We got
Come
our
on, you
Sonny back.
Spurs.
Got our
Yes.
Sonny
Yes.
back. We got
We got to
our
look on the
Sonny
bright
back.
side. We've got to look
Come
on the
on.
bright side.
Take care, everybody.
Yes.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye,
guys.
Ellie. Thanks for jumping
Bye-bye.
on. We appreciate
Take
you.
care. Bye-bye.
Bye, Ellie.
Yes, but Klinsmann's worse than Ten Hag. Terrorist
I agree, I
football,
agree.
says Adrian Chia. Yeah, man. Ten Hag's not doing a great job either. So if he's worse there, then that's no good at all. But yeah, we've got something started up here. I just wanted to get to real quick. Kev Williams saying, what's you guys' thoughts on his prediction for Saturday? Werner with an assist and a goal, 3-1 scoreline. Kev, that is a good
I would love
prediction
that.
there, my man. Yeah.
I would love that.
Absolutely.
I'm actually a bit of a Werner fan, so I would love to see that.
I am too. I think that he gets a lot of stick. I think he's a better player than he gets credit for. And everyone's who's just saying, oh, he's just a budget option or just a warm body. I think he's more than that. I think he's got more to offer than that.
Yep.
So yeah.
I think at Chelsea we all need to remember that Chelsea team where they all struggle. It was a crazy team with a lot of crisis going on. You had that Lukaku issue; he was not getting along with the players. Werner, then you have Kai Havertz. That front line was awful. I think this system suits him, and you have a midfielder like James Maddison behind him. I think it would keep. It's a perfect opportunity to get his career going. Yeah. So but I would say that I'm slightly 50-50 on him as well. Because he may turn out to be bad as well. We don't know. But I am rooting for him to do well. Like, so far, he has been doing fine. Like, all the games that we have won, we had an assist from him, under him.
It's a good point. And I think also, I mean, he's just a senior player. You can obviously tell that he's played with big teams.
Yeah.
He's played on the biggest of stages. He's not still learning anything. It's done. He's learned.
He was the
he's
striker
experienced.
of the Champions League final, guys.
Yeah.
We all forget that.
Exactly. Chang, what are your thoughts on this prediction for Saturday? What do you think? He's saying
I'm going for a very scrappy 2-1 win for Saturday. I'm guessing we might even concede the first goal before we really kick into gear in the second half. I would really love to see us score first, although it won't surprise me one bit if we are going to be treated with more 0-0s, with more goalless first half ties before we actually get our act together in the second half. I'm going to predict that Richarlison is going to continue on his goal scoring form by getting at least either an assist or at least a goal. I hope for him he does get a goal, or if not, an assist. The other goal, it's going to be a toss-up between either Brennan Johnson or
Ooh, I
Timo
would
Werner.
love that.
If either of them are starting.
That's a hot take. I must say.
I
Uh,
have. It actually is a hot take, but I love it. I love it. I love me some Brennan Johnson. I don't think he's nearly as bad as other people are making him out to be. First season
I
at a new club.
I honestly wouldn't rush Son back into the starting 11 just yet. He might make the bench the same way James Maddison made the bench against Man City, and also Pape Matar, who made the bench away against Everton at Goodison Park. So if Son is back on time with the squad for Saturday, I would very much like to see him on the bench if he can even make it at all. But to rush him back straight into the starting 11, I think would be disastrous, as we have no idea just how badly fatigued or even how knackered he will be from playing so much knockout football with the national team every 2 or 3 days. Yeah, I think if Big Ange has any sense about him, he would stick with his starting 11 from the match against Everton. Although now that Pape Matar has had a full week's time to prepare for this coming Saturday's 3 p.m. kickoff game against Brighton, have we done the match lineups? Any predicted match lineups yet for who
Not
our
yet.
midfield trio is going to be? Okay, good. So I
Not
will
yet,
leave
not
it to the panel to come up with that as the show goes on.
We will absolutely get there. And I have some stuff here, some stuff that I've planned, and I'd planned to ask maybe some more people, but you guys are perfect. We've already gotten one hot take from you so far, Chang, and that you think Brennan Johnson's going to score. What's you guys' biggest hot take of the season so far? Is anything that you think might rile up some of the fan base? Any hot takes you got, Elias? Anything you got?
Richarlison to score 15 plus goals, and maybe maybe not that. I'm gonna go for a slightly bigger. Richarlison to be in contention for Golden Boot.
Yes. I love it.
I'm not a fan of Richarlison, but I can see it happening.
I agree completely. He's only 4 off right now. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
So yeah, anything can happen.
And Haaland has not been playing well.
No, he has not. He's had that injury, some injury. He hasn't been, he hasn't been playing the entire season. But no, I don't think that's the craziest thing I've ever heard, ever. Lee Smithy Smith is saying Chang looks vexed. Are you all good, Chang? He just can't believe that Korea are out of the tournament, I think. And
I just have to shout out to Mr. Lee Smithy Smith. To Mr. Smith, thank you very much for accepting my request on Facebook, Mr. Smith. And let's see. Oh, are we being joined by Mia? Is this going to be Mia?
Mia is here. Mia, what is up? How are you?
I thought I'd come on quickly. I need to cook dinner myself, but I wanted to give a hot take that I think this is going to upset fans. I think that we're better off without Harry Kane. I know people say if Harry Kane was in this team, would we be better? I don't think that we would be. That's a hot take.
Boom. That's the hottest of hot takes, I think. Doesn't get much. I might have just burned myself just hearing it.
Do you know, I've got logic and reasoning behind it, though, because with Harry Kane in the team, I don't think that it would work with Maddison because he likes to drop deep, and I think that would step on Maddison's toes. I think that Sonny would be feeling like he's like the number 2, like the Robin to the Batman, and I don't think that would do good for his confidence. I think since he's gone, he's the main man, and I think that Sonny's taken that upon his shoulders really well. And I just think that the team is more of a team because we haven't got Harry Kane. So we're not just looking for Harry Kane the whole time.
Yeah. Big up. I completely agree that it's a totally different team. And I think that you're right. All the players have sort of taken on more responsibility because they can't just give the ball to Kane and hope he does something phenomenal. Sort of like we relied on Bale a little too hard that last season he was here. I think we were doing the same thing with Kane.
And this doesn't mean I dislike Kane as a player. He was fantastic. Not my problem, not my shirt, not my problem anymore. So I'm not concerned about what Kane's doing now. And people get really on to me about it, like I hate Kane. I don't disrespect him. I just don't think that we would be as much of a team with him in there. And people keep saying, oh, imagine if Kane was in his team, we'd be scoring so many more. I don't think we would be. I don't, because I don't think it would work as well, like I say, because the dynamics of the team are now completely different.
Absolutely. The way we play is different. I mean, Kane, we all know, isn't the most mobile of striker. I think this isn't the craziest thing I've ever heard. And Jose jumped back in as soon as he heard you, Mia. Jose was like, I gotta come back in for this. You agree with Mia's hot take?
Absolutely. She's 100,000,000% right. So
Yes.
yeah, as soon as I heard her dulcet tones and her saying what she was saying, I just thought I started going like that and doing that and realised my camera was off. Hello, Mia, how are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. Do you know what's crazy is that I've heard so many people say, oh, but can you imagine if Kane was in the team? But can you imagine if Kane... I'm like, oh, I'm done with that. I don't want to hear his name no more. Like, come on, get over it. We're done. I just don't think it would work as well. And that's my honest opinion. People don't like it because they love Harry Kane. Me, I love my team and I want what's best for the team. And I think that Harry Kane being here wasn't always what was best for the team.
Agreed, 100%. 100%. Real quick, I just wanted to say, Julie Sievers, my mom, has gifted 1 Talking Ball membership. So whoever received that membership,
Chris Agenbar.
Chris Agenbar, member.
Chris
We need to get Chris on the show, man. Big up mom and big up Chris and big up Mia. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there a little bit, Mia. I just wanted to get this out before I forgot to bring it up. But yeah, that is a wonderful Tottenham hot take.
But what I was going to say, I think Mia's absolutely spot on. With Kane, I'm not going to say Kane didn't do well for us because he did, right? And he done really, really well for us. And he done a lot with us. And we probably finished a lot higher in a lot of years with his goals that he got for us. But since he's gone, we aren't reliant on just one man anymore. And we seem to have a team that's more unified now than when Kane was in it. It might just be that the leadership was weak within the players. It could well be that the managers didn't want that to happen and didn't want that. But this now, since Ange's come, we seem to have a stronger unit, and players all want to contribute, and players all want to be part of this, and yet the whole thing just looks much, much better without Kane being here.
It's crazy to say that you're right, but I think you are. I'd be interested to hear what Chang and Elias have to say about this one. Do you guys agree that that this team wouldn't be functioning as well with Kane in it? I'm interested to know, because Elias, I don't think that you agree. I'm just going by your face. I'm just going by the facial expression.
I think it's an interesting take. I wouldn't say that I fully disagree with it, but I don't necessarily disagree. I think there are a lot of these kind of situations, the ifs and all that. A lot of times they have a bit of a narrative behind it, but you don't really know until you have seen it. Like I can also say, what if James Maddison and Harry Kane would have a better link up with Son, and they could be scoring much more goals? That can be another interesting take, that we would be a great attacking team with him. So it's again, like, I agree that actually since Kane has gone, we are a bit more of a team rather than just a team centered on one particular striker. I agree with that. But whether we are better off without Kane, no, I can't say much on that without evidence on it. Yeah.
So the evidence I would use is when we played them together in the pre-season, you could see that Maddison was getting his toes stepped upon because Kane kept doing the going deep thing, and that's not where we want him because Maddison's there, and you could see he was kind of he was kind of stepping on his toes, and it didn't seem to be a good link up in those few times that we did see them together. And it could have grown, it could have changed, but I just think the way that Kane likes to play and come in deep, it wouldn't work with Maddison there.
I wanted to ask Elias. Elias has seen Kane play at Bayern, I know, because you watch Bayern, and you mentioned that the other day, Elias. How has Kane been playing? Does he drop deep for Bayern as well, like he did at Spurs?
I think he's adapted. He's much more of a striker there. Actually, he's not so much so of just a dropping deep type of player. You can see, and actually in Bayern, the other thing also is that a lot of other players do a lot more of a playmaking job as well. You see, have Leroy Sané. he drops in quite a bit deep as well. You have Thomas Muller, you have Musiala. They all are. I think he's an outright striker there. I think that role is working very well for him. And that's what I remember Conte used to say as well, and a couple of other managers used to say that when he drops in deep, I think he's great at that. But if he has some playmaker for him, he can do much better. And at Bayern, we are seeing that Kane actually doing that fantastic job. I think as an outright striker rather than the player who actually drops in deep. So it has worked out, and I think the preseason comment, it could be in the preseason they were stepping on each other's toe, but it's just like 1 or 2 games. But when I say that actually the Maddison and Kane, I am just giving one scenario. I'm not particularly saying that to like disagree with the point that we are better off without Kane. It's just a scenario like, yeah, what if both of them could have worked together? It's just an anecdotal in a way.
Yeah, I get that. And I'm sure Mia does too.
Before we go to Chan, just wanted to say Wayne Bonner, who's been a member for a month, has put his member for the month chat in there. He says, "Who's this Kane everyone's talking about?" Right, Wayne, you're a member, and I can see some other members in here. So Chris Agenbar's become a member, and that anyone who's a member here, this is a member calling show. You're welcome to come on. Just go into the community section. The link's there. You're able to come on. So anyone who's a member, you're able to come on. This show's for you guys to come on and have your say today. And then going back to the same question that was asked of Elias was for Chang to answer as well. So we'll move along. We'll go back to Chan and see what Chan's response is.
Yeah, Chang.
So,
I was just going to say,
for this hot take on whether are we better off with Kane, are we better off without him in the team? Would he have been able to gel well or create an understanding with James Maddison in the team? Look, let's not kid ourselves here. We would have been so much better with Kane in the team, because it's not a matter of whether have we been over-reliant or overly dependent on Kane to do all the scoring and all the assists all by his lonesome self. The question is just how well would he fit the Ange system? Because if you remember, in the first few friendlies that Kane was able to partake, especially on the Asian tour away from N17 and away from London, in those few particular friendlies, I did notice that while he wasn't totally out of the game, his presence wasn't as strongly felt as it was under the Jose Mourinho and Conte era. Although he did started to get his act together in the final friendly match, I believe it was against Shakhtar Donetsk, when he did score that hat-trick in his final ever appearance in the Spurs shirt. Yeah, it was that final friendly of the season. But to say that we are better off without him, I think it would be a disservice, or rather it would be unfair to him after all the goals and assists and all the contributions that he's given to Spurs over the many long years of his loyalty and his service to the club since his academy days. Would I like to see him back in Spurs? Of course. I think it's an absolute no-brainer that the only person who is capable of filling that Harry Kane void-shaped hole in our forward line is Harry Kane himself. Although I would say, as a caveat to that, are we better off without him in some way? Yes, we are actually, because his absence has forcibly required every other Spurs player to actually take up that mantle upon themselves to step up their game and to elevate their performance without Harry Kane in the team. As we've seen from the leadership squad, from Heung-min, I believe it was Romero, and the third and final player in that leadership squad, I believe is oh my goodness, this is gonna kill me. I've suddenly forgotten who's our third.
Maddison.
Maddison, yes, correct. Maddison himself. Wow, I'm really getting fatigued here. But yeah, the leadership squad, they themselves now have a big role to play in the second half of the season till the till the end of the season until we can find a proper Harry Kane replacement to properly challenge Richarlison for that number 9 starting role in the team. But yeah, I mean, there are pros and cons to having Kane in the team and Kane out of the team. Yeah, this next super chat from Adrian Chia pretty much
I love this.
sums up what I feel about Kane not being at Spurs. If the Sky Sports, or rather all the anti-Spurs media, the anti-Spurs reporters are consistent with their reporting, they should be asking questions. If Kane were to fail to lift any sort of silverware with Bayern Munich at the end of this season, does Kane need to leave Bayern in order to win silverware elsewhere, away from the Bundesliga? If they are consistent with the way they have been hounding Harry Kane out of our club all these long years, from Gary Neville in pre-season when Nuno was in charge, up to the final weeks when Pletigo himself was in Asia trying to insinuate that Harry Kane would be better off at Bayern Munich. I would really love to hear what all these so-called pundits and reporters have to say about Harry Kane not winning a single trophy with a Bayern, if that is to be the case come the end of the season.
Can I just say, Chang, respectfully, I respect you a lot and your opinion a lot. Harry Kane wanted to go. He did not do that Gary Neville interview because he wanted to go because people in the press had told him to go. Let's not be disingenuous. He wanted to leave at that point. He wanted to go. And the same as he wanted to go to Bayern, because any player, if they want to end their career, they want to end it with trophies. That is a fact. Everybody knows that you want to win trophies. And Alan Shearer is a very good example. He stayed at Newcastle, but he'd already won the Premier League. So him being the highest goal scorer was enough because he had already won the Prem with Blackburn. So with Harry Kane, it would be imagine his career, imagine him in the future being amongst other players, and he's got on his badge, on his little name thing, he had scored this many goals and no trophies. Like, for me, an elite sports person wants to win those trophies, and I completely understood why he did that and why he went off, because yes, he wants to win those trophies. And that's why he was going to go to City, because he knew that you're going to get trophies at City. So that's why he wanted to go to Man City, right? Let's not be like fooling ourselves. He wanted to go to Man City, and if they would have given the money, he would have happily gone to Man City because he wanted to win trophies.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. And again, Wayne Bonner saying he's kind of answering the question again still, but he said if Kane was still on the team, we may score more goals, but without him, we're more of a team. We play more fluid football with a more free-flowing front three, and it's just more fun to watch, Wayne. I don't know if you guys would agree with that, but I think the football is just more fun to watch. But Mia, yes, Kane did want to go. I'm glad he got his move finally. I'm glad it's not to a team that we're going to have to play twice a season. But you're right. No one made Kane leave. Kane wanted to leave for himself, and you can't blame him. You got to look back on your career and have something to, something to look at.
Well, if I can just a bit.
But can I just say one thing first, Elias, is that don't get it twisted, Colin. He would have gone to City and he wouldn't have given a damn about playing us twice a season. Like, he would have gone to City happily. So don't think that anybody thinks that wouldn't be the case, because 100% it would have been the case. Like, that's where
I agree. Yeah.
People, I think, kind of say about playing with the sentiment. When it comes to football, there is no sentiment. There's only winning. And if you're a winner, you want to win, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yep. Fair. He called out for them to come get him. He wanted to go. You're 100% right. So.
Yep. I just wanted to say this. I think what Wayne describes here is very clear. It's a big psychological factor in your game, actually. When you have one player that you have been actually relying on for a long time, and then suddenly he leaves, I think that the legacy or the players that were like his juniors or who look up to him, they realize, hey, actually, rather than looking back or looking down on us, actually it's our chance to now rise up to the occasion and actually up our game. And I think leaving Kane has given them actually that particular that particular empowerment in a way. They are much more risen in certain manner as well. Of course, there are new players as well. There are new faces as well in the squad who have taken up that responsibility. But still, I think that Harry Kane leaving was something that came as a bit more of a wake up call. And I think it's more of a psychological factor, I would say, than more of like whether his style of play and all that would suit us or not. I think 100% Harry Kane is the kind of player, we have seen it over his years in Spurs. He has gelled in and excelled in different systems, and he's continuing to
adopted
do that
his play style, and
exactly, and he's continuing to do that as well. But having him gone, I think it has given us a psychological boost where you see a lot of other individuals or other people rising up. Like Son now, people used to actually question his leadership skills, but we have seen, hey, he can be a good leader actually without Hugo and Kane.
Yeah, please don't get it wrong, everybody. I don't disrespect everything that Kane has done for us. Obviously, like when I watch, my favourite ever goal is the one against Arsenal with the mask, because the passion and like to score that goal was unbelievable.
Oh my
It's
God,
such
the
a tight angle.
was,
The angle was wild, and of course, in that moment, I was like, oh my God, like every time he scored, I was so happy, and I would never disrespect everything that he had previously done for us at Tottenham. But like I say, when they no longer wear my shirt, I don't want them to win nothing, and I don't care. Like, honestly, it's not my problem. And people think that's really cold and harsh. I don't really get attached to players like that, because I always feel like the club's more important than the player, and I always respect players who played for us. Like, I love Luka Modric, fantastic player. Bale, fantastic player. Do you know what I'm saying? But did I care that he won at Madrid? No, I didn't. Like, I didn't think, oh, I'm really pleased for him. I just thought, cool. Yeah, he's gone off and won. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really get like that with players, because I just feel like players come and go. I've seen so many come and go in my lifetime that I don't get myself attached, because that's
not about the name on the back of the shirt. It's about the badge on the front, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
So can I just say, whilst I have everyone's undivided attention within the chat, can you please, I've stuck a load of links in there. Can you go and support me at Eltel Cockerell? Can you please go and support Chang at Spurs Asian TV? Can you please go and support Mia at Spurs Between the Lines? And can you also please go and support Elias at Step Up Spurs? So everybody's links of everybody that's on your screen at the moment are in the chat. Please support all these people. We all support each other. We're not great, big, massive channels. We're all small, independent channels ourselves, and we all like to support each other. So please go ahead and support everybody that's on this screen. All the links are in the chat. Sorry, back to you, Colin.
No, perfect. Truly appreciate you doing that too, my friend. Thank you, and thank you to all you guys for making time out of your day to come and hang out here with us. Truly appreciate that. Big time. So, I mean, I agree as far as the whole Kane thing goes. Sorry, what was that?
The latest comment. I don't support the content creators. They come and go. I support the badge.
Oh, where did this go? Oh,
me just being a bit cheeky there.
No, yeah, that's me, daddy. They're, yeah. Of course. You're supporting us. You're here. But yeah, exactly. Neil Shafton, like Vinnie Jones said in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. It's been emotional. Yes. But yeah, big up to Mia. I agree with your hot take. That hot take was a great one. Very hot. Anybody else have some Tottenham hot takes? Elias's was that he thinks that Richarlison will be up there with the golden boot. He up towards the golden boot. Maybe
sorry, can I just ask, Raz Malai, nice to have you here. I can see your comment. Everyone can see it for themselves. Raz, can I ask who you support then? If you don't support Arsenal, but you think that Arsenal are inferior, who is it you actually support?
By the way, guys, do you know what Ras Malai means?
No,
we don't.
It's like an Indian dessert, actually.
Oh, yum!
Is it lovely?
Sounds delicious. Sounds delicious. Well, Raz, very good to have you. Very, very good to have you. You're always welcome here. But yeah, who do you support? We're curious. And Arsenal are shit. That is where you're 100% correct, my friend. 100% correct. And they're telling me it's a delicacy. That's
what Elias just said.
Yeah. Yum. Sounds good. Ronnie says Richie Golden Boot, no chance. Come on. I don't know. He's only 4 off. Would
this be in reference to a silly poll that a silly colleague of mine put up the other day?
I don't know what you're talking about. No, but he's only 4 behind.
I know, but there's one thing. Let's get Richie fit, mentally right, and start scoring goals for us. But you had to go and stretch it to, can he win the Golden Boot?
Can he? Maybe. Who knows?
He's only 4 because Haaland hasn't been fit. Haaland's back now. He's going to score so many more goals. Salah hasn't been there. He's going to come back and score a lot more goals. So let's be realistic about it.
But then also, by the same token, we're going to do everything Ange wants us to do, attacking wise, and get it right, and then he will score more goals.
Exactly,
but not
and I
as
think
many as that.
We need to factor that as well, that Richarlison has played less games than Haaland and Salah as well this season, and the amount of goals that he has scored actually is higher than goals per game than the rest of the players that he's surrounded by right now.
Listen, don't get it wrong. I actually like Richie, and I've said I want him to come good, and I like him. So I'm a bit of a backer of Richie. So it's not like I don't particularly. It's not that I'm negative. I don't like him, but I just don't think
Richie,
it's going to happen.
Mia. Come on, be honest.
No.
Listen,
I've even done my member sticker. I've done a Prue one for Richie, and I've done a T-shirt and everything. I've designed T-shirts, and I've got a Richie T-shirt with a pigeon on.
She does support Richie. There's no doubt. I know
Yes,
she does. If you watch her content,
I'm just giving her shit. It's fun. It's fun to poke at Via. But I got to be careful because if you poke the bear, she will come and attack you. She is a mama bear, Mia. But yeah, just messing with you, Mia. No, but I don't know. I mean, crazier things have happened. We'll have to see if he can continue this goal per game ish ratio that he's got going. But if he can continue, I mean, why not? But again, we'll have to see. Somebody's saying here too. And it's Ronnie actually saying that Son coming back now. Son has more of a chance for the Golden Boot. I get that, but I also think, but I think with Son coming back, it takes maybe some defensive pressure off of Richarlison. Maybe the defense is kind of picking up Sonny, is having to watch him. Maybe I don't think it makes Richarlison's chances go down any having Son come back. Let's just put it that way. I don't know. I'm happy for Richarlison. He's doing great. He's obviously had it, in him to do this. Oh, Wayne Bonner. Richarlison has a lot of goals left in his locker. Good to see him coming good and hushing all those who doubted him. I like him and backed him. The boy's good and needs help. Defend as well as attack. Yes, he is. He does it all. He does a little bit of everything. And now that his hold-up play is getting better, I'm just excited to see what the future's got for him. And clearly shows when you're injured, get treatment, get your surgery, get whatever you need to get fit, because that groin injury he had was really holding 22 minutes. Really holding him back. So Ronnie doesn't think it's happening. Chang, have you got your opinion on this one? You think he's got a shot at the Golden Boot? You think he'll be up there at least in contention with those guys?
I would very much like for Richarlison to be in the reckoning, or at least in the running for a Golden Boot. Although now that Son is back, I will actually put more emphasis on Son scoring. Honestly, we've seen this so many times down the years with Harry Kane and his so-called individual honors ahead of the collective club objective, or rather the whole team as a whole going forward. Now that I've seen Ange Ball in full flow, and I've seen how Richarlison has adapted his game to Ange Ball, and how Son himself has taken up the mantle from Harry Kane and also Hugo Lloris being club skipper. Regardless of whether any of them are in a reckoning, or regardless of whether or not any of them will win the Golden Boot or even be in contention come the end of the season. I believe the overall team objectives come first and foremost, and that would be to, at the very least, try and secure top four or even a spot in any European competition for next season. Would I like Richarlison to be up in the running for Golden Boot? Yes. Do I think he has a more likely chance or a better opportunity at this? With Son Heung-min coming back into the team, it would be a big ask of him. Although, if his recent goal scoring form is anything to go by, if he can score a goal every other game, I don't see why he won't be challenging. The only question now is, are we going to stick with Richarlison up front as a number 9 with Son Heung-min coming back, or will Son be preferred in the number 9 role now that we have Timo Werner on loan and hopefully Brennan Johnson trying to find his feet on the right wing? That remains to be seen. Whatever it is, I couldn't be happier right now to have almost an almost fully fit squad to choose from in our upcoming games at home against Wolves and Brighton. So to answer your question, yes, I would very much like Richarlison to be up in the running for Golden Boot, but it's still a long way to go. Anything can happen between now and the end of the season.
Absolutely.
The one other thing I would say is that if you're going to have on goal, if you're going to have either Richie or Sonny, who would you pick? I would pick Sonny because he's so much more clinical. So the thing is, even with Sonny coming back, I think it's more likely that Richie's sort of the sacrificial lamb and Sonny gets the goals, because I think Sonny is definitely more clinical. You'd want the ball to go to Sonny over Richie. As much as I love Richie, he's nowhere near as clinical as what Sonny is. And we've seen when he gets on a run what Sonny can be like.
Yeah, but I think the issue that I think that's going to happen is here that Ange now, I think from the before Sonny went on for AFC as well, the thing is that Ange is very much seeing as Richarlison as a number 9, and he's looking at Sonny as a left winger since Richarlison has been fit. And in my opinion, Richarlison would be in much better goal scoring positions due to that than Sonny. But again, Sonny would definitely score goals as well. Don't get me wrong here. I think he would definitely score goals also, because Sonny is the kind of player, even at the side of the goals, he can score goals from far. He can sense goals, and he feeds on that as well. And we have seen it before. He is, I think, one of the only Golden Boot winners in the history of Premier League who has won the Golden Boot without a single pen inside his goals, actually, when he won it in the 21-22 season. He was the only one who has actually done that ever in the Premier League. So it just speaks length about his one as well. But now I think the Sonny is, I think, our official penalty taker as well, guys. It's not Richie anymore.
So for me, I'm going to step in and say my point of view is that we have a squad to pick from. And the squad that we do pick from, in my front 3, a definite 2 starters in my front 3, however positions they play in, is definitely Sonny and Richie. The third player is up for grabs. Whether they play Sonny left and Richie middle, Richie left, Sonny middle, which is they were playing early on this season. However they play it, I don't care, as long as Richie and Sonny are 2 of the 3. That's my opinion.
That's a good take, Jose. And actually, I like the fact as well when you have 2 players like this who can play the either position as well in the game as well, rather than just intentionally changing the positions. They can take on those different roles as well whenever needed. Actually, like let's say if Richie's on the middle, he can make a pass to Son, and if Son is on the left, he can actually make a pass to Richie in the middle, and that complements the players very well. Like now, I think that's why another player that I'm very much interested in having on the right is I would actually put Werner on the right, because he can also play as a winger and a striker. So imagine that kind of a front 3 which are adaptable in overall the entire front 3. You have a very good versatile front 3 which can play in either positions. Like let's say once you go slightly off the positions, it doesn't matter much because your front 3 is in shape.
But then looking at it, and I'll pass this to the panel. But if you look at the 10-game unbeaten run, the front three at the time were Richie, Sonny, and Kulu. The midfield was the majority of the time was Sarr, Bissouma, Maddison.
Yep.
And our back five have remained the same. Well, all these players
Back
will
four.
now be back five. I'm including the goalkeeper. So
Okay.
they remain the same. So basically, from this weekend onwards, we have, barring any injuries between now and Saturday, we have the whole of that squad to pick from, which will include the 11 players that made the majority of the games in the first 10 unbeaten.
And then you also have the 5 subs as well. I think if you look at it, your subs aren't now bad either. You have Lo Celso coming back. You have Solomon coming back. You have Emerson, who is a decent, I would say. Okay, Emerson, no. Sorry, what am I talking about? Emerson is not decent. Sorry, guys. Sorry, apologies.
Emerson's decent. He's
no,
decent.
Emerson is not decent. He is piss poor. Sorry.
Oh man,
Yeah,
disagree, but it's okay. Yeah, disagreement.
Dragusin is there. So if you look at it, Dragusin, Johnson. If you look at a midfielder, you have Lo Celso. You have a forward in Solomon. You have like five decent players on the bench actually from there onwards.
But don't forget, if Bentancur doesn't play, we've got Bentancur on the bench. So the most important thing is probably to be able to change a game is a midfield and the front, which we can do because we're going to have all of those options now available to us with Werner, Johnson, Sonny, Richie available, Kulu available, all in the front line. That gives us enough to mix it up and change it about. And also Kulu can play in midfield too. So it gives, if we need to take Madders off, we can always switch it and change it up. So I think that now we have got that option. It's a good headache to have, especially in the midfield and the front three. That's a really good headache to have. But I need to go, guys, and cook my children dinner.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they need feeding.
Yeah, Mia, thank
you. You got to do it.
Coming on. Thank you.
Thanks, Mia. We appreciate you more
Thanks,
than you
Mia,
know.
for
Thanks for
coming
becoming
on.
a member today, Mia.
Yeah, I was a member on your Patreon, but did you not read what I said? I said I'm fed up of not getting shout outs as a Patreon member, so I just became a YouTube member instead.
I appreciate you both. Thank you. We appreciate you, Mia. Sorry about that, but big appreciation.
No, thank you for having me. Everyone smash the like button as I leave. Make sure you do it. I will come after you.
She'll do it. She'll do it, guys.
I will.
Thanks again, Mia. Have a good rest of your evening.
Mia, sorry, can I just ask? Are you on tonight?
Yes, I'm on tonight at 8 o'clock with Ellie and Bobby, Kay and Kuva, and then in the morning at 10 a.m. UK time for my members show as well.
And that's on Spurs Between the Lines, and we'll show the link back up again for you, Mia.
Thank you. I'm only 2 away from 1,250. So
climb
2 more would be really appreciated.
Right, let's go back. Let's see if we can get 2 people to sub right now to Mia at Spurs Between the Lines. Let me see. I've got it up here. Let me see where it is because I've got her. There we go. Right. Let's see if we can get 2 people to sub to Mia at Spurs Between the Lines to take her to the 1,250.
Come on, guys.
Hopefully they'll do it for you, Mia, whilst you're away cooking, and you can see your clicks go up.
Thank you so much, everyone.
No, thank you.
Thanks to you, Mia.
Right, you've got 1 definitely subbed. Christoph Cavallet's a sub to you.
Thank you so much.
Christoph.
Right.
What a man. What a man.
Right, cheers,
I was going to say big up to Christoph as well. Oh, sorry about that. Cheers, Mia.
Cheers, Mia. We'll get you there. We'll get you there. See you later.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Christoph is in the house. That's a name that I don't know if I've seen before. I think you just subbed today, so big up to Christoph. He's asked a question. Graylish in the summer. I've started.
Oh, that's a hot take.
That is a hot take. I went ahead and started that, and we'll get back to it. I mean, actually, there's no reason not to get to it now. Do you guys think? I mean, so maybe there's something I don't know. Is he not getting game time at City? Is he not?
I think the problem now is that they have Doku, they have Foden, and they have just now signed another winger as well, and his game time is reducing. So there are a lot of discussions going around him are that he suits the edge ball kind of a game as well. He high presser and all that kind of qualities that he possesses. So there's a lot of conversation going about, and we were linked with him before he went to City as well. We wanted to sign him, and apparently our board actually values him highly. And also the problem with Spurs right now is our homegrown quota is not looking that great. We do need homegrown players as well. So the conversation has now gone back to the Jack Grealish talk a lot due to all these factors. Firstly, he kind of ticks in all the things that you need right now at Tottenham. But again, my question back would be that if he comes here, would he get the game time then? Because you have left wing, you have Sonny, you have Timo, you have Richie. So where do we play him then?
And then even if we were to drop him back, because I think that the idea originally was for him kind of to play the same role that Maddison plays, whenever we were first looking at him. But now we've got Maddison. So does Grealish have a spot? That's a good question. I mean, I'm sure he gets in. He definitely has to get in over some of those players that you mentioned.
The only problem I've got, well, it's not a problem. I haven't got a problem, but they paid £100 million for Grealish, right? And Grealish is a saleable asset, but you're not going to get 100 million for him. So it's what will Manchester City go down to now? Because, like I said earlier, Elias, it's not just about Tottenham now. It's about any club, and I don't think that Man City will receive anywhere near £100 million to try and prize Grealish
Definitely
away from them.
Not from Levy at all.
No, from anyone, from anybody. They're not going to get.
He hasn't played enough. He hasn't played enough to keep his value up to warrant that.
I think his value has gone down. Definitely, his value has gone down, but I think not significantly. Let me just check. Actually,
for me, it's not about his value going down. For me, it's the way the state of affairs are, football globally. There isn't the money. People are not throwing this money around because of the rules that you now have here in the Premiership, the rules that you also have in Europe under the UEFA guidelines now. People aren't going to be spending these absurd amounts of money. Your £100 million players, if you're going to pay 100, I'm not going to turn around and say to any of you guys that I think anyone in the world is worth £100 million. But if there was anyone that would be worth close to that money, it would have been your Ronaldos, your Messis, and players like that. Now, failing that, I don't see there being £100 million purchases in the near future. I think that a lot of the prices are going to be a lot less than what people think. Now, Grealish, if there is an issue and he can be bought by a club, what do you realistically think that a team will offer, and two, what would Man City accept?
Okay, his market value has gone down to about 65 million, by the way. Just for everybody's reference, that's of transfer market. Now, what would actually City, I think, accept for him? I don't think City are now so much so in a City when they sell players. Actually, they do sell players actually at the right time. The thing about them is they don't bargain that much about their players. If you see when they sell Laporte, who was a decent defender as well. They sell him quite all right actually. When they sold Jesus, when they sell all these players to Arsenal and even when they sell Cole Palmer, I think he wasn't that bad. How much did Chelsea pay for Cole Palmer?
40 million.
40 million. So and he is definitely above 40 million type of a player. So City has this tradition actually when they realize that they can get money for a player. I think they go for it. They don't really bargain that much because it doesn't really hurt them that much financially as well. And if Jack Grealish is coming, I can see Spurs paying maybe 50 million or 55 million at max for him, because as a club I think we can afford to actually spend that much, because if we are in Champions League next season we will definitely be able to get one of these kind of signing, like 50-60 million kind of signing. However, I don't know if Levy would do that, but he definitely fits in all the criteria that you need at Spurs right now, given he's homegrown, high pressing individual.
To this though, I just saw Ronnie's comment about him being on 300K a week. That's nuts. And everybody, yes, please head over to Jose's channel.
Yes, but we are paying Ndombele, I think, that amount as well. And once we offload him in summer, I think his contract is expiring in summer or something, we can actually balance that somewhere else. And
I would just rather spread that across 2 or 3 players. You know what I mean? Rather
true,
than one.
True. We have offloaded Kane's salary as well recently to that amount as well.
And Hugo Lloris, which is up there.
Yeah, and but Hugo Lloris wasn't significantly that high.
I think
but Eric Dyer's salary was high, by the way.
Yeah. Sorry, Jose,
Right,
we
so
cut you off.
what I
like
was going to do is we did it for Mia, and Mia got what she needed. So I'm going to ask everybody. I'm going to do a round robin for all our channels now, and ask everybody to go and subscribe. I am the smallest out of everyone's channels. I only have 165 subscribers. So if you'd like to help me out and push my numbers up, then go to me at Eltel Cockerell. That's my personal channel. I'm a co-host here with Colin on Talk and Ball, and it's not that I'm leaving or anything at all, but just as a bride product, I'd like my channel. We dual stream on the channels, so I'd just like to up the figures on my channel, right? Yeah. So please try and get over to me. It's one click, and you'll still be in the show because I'm in the show in that one. It's going live at the same time as this one, so you still be in the show. Also, I would like people to go over to Spurs Asian TV and help Chan and help Mr. Eugene over there and pump their numbers up. I think they're on about 450. Let's try and help them out. Let's get them to the 500 mark. You know,
absolutely.
At the end of the day, Chan's a member here. Chan gives up his time, and he's a member of many channels. Gives up his time to go to a lot of channels and help out. And help out. So therefore, let's go to help Chan and Mr. Eugene out. And then also as well, we also have Elias, who wants to get to 300. He's you're on the 250, 260 mark. Wants to get to 300.
Around there.
So where's I've just done it and it's just gone up again. Right, there we go. There. So let's get over to Elias and support Elias at Step Up Spurs.
Let's go, before, everybody. Come on.
We're not big channels. Nowhere near are we big channels, but we like to support each other. We're content creators. We all get along. We all try and help each other out. So please, within the chat itself, you've got everybody, and also as well, you've got.
I'll make sure to get them all in the description as well.
You've got Mia's there as well. So help every content creator. It only takes 2 seconds. Even if you watch us, you don't watch us, just sub across to us all. Yeah. So please don't do that. Exactly. Thank you very much, everyone. And then we can catch back up where we were with the chat if I can speed it back up.
Boom. But everybody, Jose brings up a wonderful point. We are all content creators. We're all doing something we love and providing content, for free for people. And so, if you want to join in and take part and help us out, every little bit helps. Likes, subscriptions, obviously subscribe, throw a like on a previous video, a comment. It all really does help, truly. So thank you guys very, very much. And please get to if you don't know, get to know.
And with that,
get to know. Back to you, Colin.
Right, and on this show, as everybody knows, we like to play a game called Keeper West Ham. We've amended it, we've adapted it, we've changed it around, and it's got another guys. And today we have another keep, bench, and West Ham. I think it's quite an easy one, but I had to think something off the back of my head. Quickly.
Oh, and I've got one too. We've got two up. We've got two to go. So
have you done them both for the same positions?
No, okay.
One. No, I only did it because I'm going by what Ash said. So I picked mine on what Ash said, but it was quite quick. But I think it's an easy one. So
let's find out what the people think.
So please don't leave because this is an intro to the game. So please don't leave. We're not finishing. Right. So we start with the intro. We'll go to the first keep, bench, or West Ham. Go on then.
Let's do it. Here we go. Hey guys, we are back. It is Keeper West Ham.
Really you in the video?
That is me, yes. From many years ago. Probably 2019, 2020. It's been a while. I definitely don't look like that anymore. That's for sure.
And you really have a car with the number plate of Tottenham?
Yeah. No, I wrecked it the other day, but but I still have the number plate. I'm just shopping for a new car. That car is unfortunately gone to car heaven. Where all wrecked cars go, but shopping for a new one, and that was my car until, like I said, Correct. But guys, back on some happier stuff. Normally we play this game. You keep a player, you bench a player, and you send one off to West Ham, my least favorite team in the Premier League. We're going with managers actually right now first, though. The first thing we'll do is it's going to be a set of managers. We need you to keep one, bench one, or I guess have him as assistant, and then send one off to manage West Ham. And here are our choices, guys. We've got AVB, Ryan Mason, and Stellini, Christian Stellini. So yeah, those are your three choices for keep, bench, and sell. And we'll call this one keep, assistant, assist, West Ham. Perfect. But yeah, guys.
Should we start? Let's start with Chang. Go on, Chang. You give us a keep, bench, and sell, and give us your reasons as to why, Chang.
I would very much like to keep Andreas Villas-Boas. I thought he did rather well with Gareth Bale in the team, although his follow-up season after Gareth Bale was sold to Real Madrid didn't really work out too well, because I believe he was one too many new signings to try and make up for the loss of Bale to Real Madrid. But otherwise, I believe AVB actually had quite a good season with Bale, in which we very narrowly missed out on that top four.
He gave Bale kind of that free role. Yeah, that he was
correct.
the one responsible for that. Yeah, forgot about
Exactly.
that a little bit.
Yeah, so I believe this keep bench or West Ham would be in order from left to right. I would very much like to have AVB as the manager amongst these three options, and Ryan Mason would be my choice for his assistant at Spurs, whilst I believe Stellini then would be the odd one out, and we'd have to just release Stellini over to West Ham.
Can I just ask why are you releasing Stellini? Can I ask, Chang? What is it about?
Okay,
Stellini?
very, very, very simply put, after Conte was released, if I had to choose between having Stellini as our interim manager and Ryan Mason as the interim manager, I would very much rather have Ryan Mason as the interim manager rather than Stellini. And I believe it showed really in the few games that Ryan Mason was in charge after Nuno and Conte were unceremoniously removed from the positions. I believe, please do correct me if I'm wrong, Ryan Mason also took charge after Jose Mourinho was unceremoniously sacked a few days prior to our League Cup final.
Yeah,
and in those few matches, in those few matches after Jose was sacked, looking at the results that Ryan Mason was able to string together before Nuno was appointed, I would have rather had Ryan Mason in charge of us as our interim manager rather than Christian Stellini.
I get that. Especially if you were kind of tired of, maybe if you were a little tired of maybe the ball that Conte had been playing. Stellini, his right hand man, who didn't play super different. I could see that. I could see. Elias, what about you though, man? Who are you keeping? Who are you bent? Who's your assistant and who's going to West Ham for you, buddy?
I think I will definitely keep AVB because his record is much better than the other two managers. Comparatively, the other two managers, they have not had anything in their career to actually say that they can actually take a first team job as a manager. So I would definitely keep AVB. Now on bench, I would actually have. It's a tough one actually, but I would actually keep Stellini. The reason why I would actually keep Stellini is so that Ryan Mason can just go and manage West Ham. I think Stellini, if he goes to West Ham, I think he will still do a better job there, because we have seen Stellini that without Conte as well, he actually got us, by the way, guys, that Man City win. without Conte when he was on his sick leave and all that. So
Good point.
Stellini did at times actually dig some really good victories in Conte's absence. Whereas Ryan Mason, actually, if you look at his record, I don't think Ryan Mason has ever won a game against any of the big six clubs. He has never actually done that. So, and Stellini has some good wins actually in his bag for us. So I would actually send Ryan Mason to go and manage West Ham so that he can actually bring West Ham for the relegation. I would have Stellini as a assistant.
I love it. I love it. Jose, do you have a? These are your picks. I'll go.
That's better. That's better. You understand it. You understand the game now. It's your turn to go. Yeah,
I got it. Well, okay. So I loved AVB at the time. I thought he was young and going to be like the perfect guy. You know, he'd had his pedigree seemed good. You know, he was Jose Mourinho's assistant. He seemed like he was going to be this wonderful thing that the club needed. Didn't really turn out that way. Tricky one here. I like this comment. Should have never gotten rid of Redknapp for AVB. I'm not sure AVB was the right guy to bring in. You know, he lost the dressing room at Chelsea. Obviously, they had a lot of big names in there. It was a hard job for him to take. Might have been too early in his career. But I think that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna say, let's keep AVB as manager. Actually. Nope. Christian Stellini as manager, AVB as assistant manager, and then Mason goes off to West Ham. I want Ryan Mason to get to coach a team for a while. I want him to build an identity and maybe come back to Spurs someday and manage Spurs. He's obviously Spurs through and through. He's got it in his heart. The club is in the man's heart. And so I think that if he could get a playing style, if he could get, just get his chops. I mean, he just needs to go out there and cut his teeth and see, what he needs to do to grow as a manager. And I think being the full-time manager of West Ham would help him. I liked, the more I think about it, Stellini did sort of change up tactics a bit and wasn't quite the ultra conservative defensive style that Conte was. And you guys have reminded me, got us a couple of great wins. And then AVB, can be his assistant. He can go off and race rally cars or whatever he does on his time off, and he can be assistant manager at Spurs since he's got plenty of experience being an assistant already. That's one thing. I think that's the common theme among these guys is they've all been assistant managers to Spurs managers or managers Spurs have had. AVB, we had Mourinho as manager. They obviously weren't together at the same time. Ryan Mason's been assistant to a couple of different managers, and then Stellini, of course, to Conte. But yeah, that's what I would do. I would stick Stellini at the helm. His assistant would be AVB, and then Ryan Mason is off to West Ham to learn how to be a manager and hopefully get his own style. That's me on that one.
Interesting.
And right, can I just add? Right, I think AVB, right, because of the way that people are in this country, I think AVB got a bad rap because AVB was sold down the river at Chelsea. So he was brought in to do a job at Chelsea, but nobody, he's a poison chalice. He was basically brought in to regalvanise the squad and get rid of all the old guard. The old guard including John Terry, Frank Lampard, amongst, he had, who else did he have there? He had Didier Drogba, all these big time players, and he was taken to that club to get rid of them all and bring other people in. And obviously, player power, the way it was, got him overturned at Chelsea. I think the similar thing happened at Tottenham. I think he was brought into Tottenham, and I think, like at Chelsea, because of his age, because he's very young when he managed Chelsea and Tottenham, and I think because of his age and the way we are in this country, age became something to people. Why am I going to take what that man says to me when I'm either the same age, or I'm slightly younger, or I'm slightly older than him? Why should I take anything he says? It's different in Germany, because in Germany you've had young managers as well. But in Germany, their mentality is totally different. They don't look at ageism as something, and therefore their managers in Germany seem to thrive. But throw a young manager in a job here where they're still like at a playing age or not far from players that are playing, and we seem to have a different mentality, or we used to have a different mentality. And I think it was unfair AVB got a raw deal at Tottenham and at Chelsea in this country.
Yeah. It's funny though that he has never really gone back. I know that he managed a bit in Russia. Is he managing now? I don't think so. I think
No,
he's
he's
hung it up.
He's not at the moment.
He
no.
was managing Olympique Marseille last in 2021.
Oh yeah, you're right. That didn't go very well, if I remember correctly.
So he's now AVB's in his 40s now, but you've got to remember he was in his early 30s. He was in his early 30s in that when he was at Tottenham.
That's insane. That's my age. Like that's crazy to think about. That he,
and when you've got,
Ryan was 29 when he took his job as a manager.
But
crazy stuff.
But is there any correlance there to Mason not having a first team position then a coach either at the moment, because he's a similar age of players are still playing, and players that are slightly older and younger than him, you know, and this is what I'm saying about the mentality here in England, because when you look at Nagelsmann was young in Germany when he got a position, but for me the mentality in Germany for the players and that is totally different to over here, where there's an acceptance in Germany. If you're young enough, old enough, if you're good at your job, then you're good at your job. But here I feel that ageism does come into it. If you're going to be either too young or too old. I think from one end of the spectrum we've got AVB, but if I look at the other end of the spectrum now, and I look at someone like Roy Hodgson at Palace are going down. Palace are nosediving at the moment with Hodgson there. Hodgson's 75 years of age. He may have been a great manager in the past now, but he's got to an age now where he can't roll. He can't roll quickly enough. Can't roll the punches. And I think he's losing some of the players. And I think it's got to do with his age. It shouldn't affect you. It shouldn't affect anybody. But I just think there's an ageism issue in this country.
I agree. But it's weird. It's like you said. It kind of goes both directions. It's like they don't like people that are too young, but they're also not quick enough to, like you said, Roy Hodgson doesn't have it anymore. That needs to be noticed. He needs out of there for his own sake. You know what I mean? It's only making his career look worse and worse the longer he stays there and does a bad job. So yeah, I don't know what the answer is, because
it's interesting because you've got I think he might be 76 Hodgson now, but you've got what's his name? Bloody hell, the guy's name. Neil Warnock. Neil Warnock is 1 year younger than him.
And he's got more pep to him, though.
But Neil Warnock agreed yesterday to take over at Aberdeen in Scotland.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, but Neil seems like he's got more pep.
And when they interviewed him yesterday, he said, and he's done his interview on TalkSport, he said, I actually got offered more money last week to manage in England than what Aberdeen were offering him. But he said that he felt there was more of a challenge to go to Aberdeen.
Nice. See, wouldn't you agree though that Neil Warnock's got more pep in his step than Roy Hodgson does? He seems like he's maybe just a little like snappier and more with it. I don't know. That could just be me.
Possibly, but it'll be interesting to see how he does. There's only one year. Yeah, their demeanors are both different, but there's only a 1 year age gap between their ages.
Yeah. And real quick, Chang has to work in 3 hours. Chang, my man, you go get some sleep before
Chan doesn't only have to work in 3 hours. Chan is due on in a show in like 18 hours time.
Good Lord, man. Yeah,
I think it's in about 18 hours. Chan's due to be on a view from Malaysia, a view from Asia.
Yeah,
correct.
With Ash P. In 18 hours time.
Ridiculous stuff. I don't know how you do that.
Chang, my man, you need to get some rest, and so that you can be safe on your travels. We just want the best for you. It's not that we don't want you here, not at all. We love having you here. Man.
You're better. You're better actually cutting loose and going, Chan, and getting to where you get a little bit of shut eye for yourself. Recharge your batteries, because we know that you're on again in 18 hours with Ash. Yep. So we'd like to thank you. Is there anything you want to leave us with?
I'm just going to leave with my final. My predicted score. My final score. A 2-1. I predicted a 2-1 win for Spurs on Spursvision TV before the career watch along ended an hour ago, and I'm going to leave with a similar 2-1 prediction. Although I'm still predicting it's going to be a very scrappy, nail-biting finish to to the home match. It's going to be a scrappy thing. Yeah, my heart doesn't say it, but my head is telling me that's what it's going to end up being. So it's going to be a scrappy win. I think it's going to be a single goal margin that will determine the winner. I really do hope we don't give away any more stupid goals in injury time, because I've had enough of that for the last 2 weeks or so. Richarlison to continue on with his goal scoring form, and possibly another goal from the wings, either from Timo Werner or Brendan Johnson. I would like to see Son Heung-min in some form or some capacity for this home game against Brighton, although I would not rush him back into the starting 11 just yet. For him to even make the bench after this disappointing exit for him and the Korean national team on such a very sad point to crash out against Jordan in the semi-finals of the Asian Cup. Before I go, have a great end to this members call-in show, everyone. And to anyone who hasn't subscribed to either LTL Cockerel or to Talk and Ball, or even to
Step Up Spurs.
Alliance. Yep, correct. To Step Up Spurs, please do. I really do hope
to Spurs Asian TV.
Oh yes, as well. And Spurs Asian TV as well. I'm so worn out right now. But have a great end to this members calling show, everyone. Please stay healthy. We look to seeing each and every single one of you in about 18 hours time from now, when me and Miss Ash do our Asian takeover of Talk and Ball. And yeah, come on, you Spurs, everyone.
Thank you very much, man. We'll see you in 18 hours, mate. Take care.
Big love, Chang. Thank you, man. Good old Chang. Chang's the best, everybody. Everybody in the world, get a Chang in your life.
Chang's trying to give a prediction, and I'm just like, you what? We were 4-0 down at Brighton. We scored 2 goals in the last 10 minutes. We could have made it 4-3. They absolutely played us off the park and got into a 4-0 lead. I don't want a scrappy victory. I want us to put them to the sword on Saturday.
Me too.
I want us to do to them what they did to us. And the difference is that we don't have excuses this time. We have a fully fit squad to pick from.
Everybody's here.
We haven't got players out like we had in the first game.
Yeah, everybody's here now.
Stop using excuses. This is our time to shine. We've got a squad back. We've got to stop these excuses. Let's see what we can do with a fully fit squad.
100%.
Right,
the excuse will turn into but they haven't played with each other, or players are tired, or players are hurt.
Yeah. But can we just go to your next? Because I'm just worried we've been going for 2 hours and a half. Oh my God! What have you given me?
They're usually so hard for such different reasons. This one's hard as well. This will be the end, and I'll let everybody go. We've kept everyone for 3 hours now. Almost.
I've got my 3 already, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, it's Wings, Skip, and who's the other guy? Actually, I forgot his name.
Skip, Wink, Skip, and Musa Sissoko.
Oh, Sissoko, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, it's a tough one.
Do you want me to jump in first?
Yeah, let's go, Jose. What you got?
I'm keeping Sissoko all day long.
And twice on Sundays.
And 3 times on a Sunday. He may not be the most skillful or most elegant player, but he gave 150% in everything he did for Tottenham. And he was well respected by the other players.
Absolutely.
So for me, it's easy to keep him over the other 2. With the other 2, though, to me, it's like for people that smoke, a cigarette paper. For me, there's a cigarette paper between the other 2, and it's at the end of the day, Winks was much maligned. I think Winks isn't that bad a player. He's just not a Tottenham player, so to speak. But
I don't want for that low block content.
Are we talking about their prime? Who would we keep in their prime, or just
because the question hasn't been asked in that way, Elias? You can only answer the question the way that you see fit in answering it. I mean, sometimes we said, Okay, answer the question. If it was an AND system, who would you keep? Right? Or it can be in their prime, or it can be for any other reason. But for me, I'd keep Sissoko. I think Winks, football-wise, I think there is a player in Winks. We may not have seen it fully at Tottenham, but I think there's a player in Winks. I think he done well when he came back from injury last season with Sampa, even though they went down. Samp were down before he got into the side. Samp, he didn't start playing until February. Samp were more or less down before he came along. But when he came along, they called him the washing machine because they said that he just cleaned everything up. And then also watching him play for Leicester, he's done really well playing for Leicester. And Leicester will go up to the Premiership. He'll be in their team in the Premiership next year. He's not an out and out. He may not have been a Tottenham player after early promise, and he might not fit the system, may not fit the managers, and everyone give him stick for it. But he's not a bad player, Winks. Skip has the energy of a Duracell battery. He really does have loads and loads of energy. And Skip can do some really good things, but then it's coupled with some really awful things as well. So for me, it really would be difficult. But in order to be controversial and not be the same as anybody else, I'm keeping Sissoko, I'm benching Winks, and I'm going to sell Skippy to West Ham.
Yes, I love it.
Let me go down that route. Elias, over to you, mate. What would you do?
Okay, I think I will. Actually, Winks in his prime was not bad. Like, he was not just bad, he was fantastic to a certain extent. Sissoko was overall more consistent, I think, with his performances whenever he played. So I'll actually keep Sissoko and bench Winks and Skip. I would say at the young age, I don't see where he fits in. Although he had a good season for the championship side when he was with Norwich. Yeah. So yeah, I haven't seen much of him lately beyond that. But both the others, I think we have seen much more of them actually. So I would actually keep. I would actually sell or send Skip to West Ham. Yeah.
Yeah. So part of the reason why I chose these guys, I know that I'm not supposed to answer. Real quick, tricky one. Dry Roast Peanut says he's keeping Skip, benching Sissoko, Winks to West Ham. Tricky one says keep Sissoko, bench Skip, and Winks to West Ham. Skip is a better player than Winks in his opinion. Tricky one. Your opinion is all good. We love it, man. We love it. That's what it's all about here is opinions. Swim Master, a member who could be on the show right now if they wanted. Swim Master, if you want to jump on for just a second and say, hey, it's totally allowed. We're about to end the show, but we would love to say hey to you. Swim Master says keep Skippy, bench Sissoko, and sell Winks. I'm keeping Sissoko in my team. I know that I'm not really supposed to answer my own, but I'm keeping Sissoko. He had to go through so much. We gave Sissoko so much shit his first season with us. He cost way too much money. We got him on deadline day from Newcastle. It was stupid. They were already going down. You know what I mean? And we paid like 30 million or something for Sissoko, which at the time was a lot more money than we usually would spend on a player. And he just was absolutely ripped to shreds. Fans would boo every time that he would come on the pitch. They would cheer when he would be subbed off. He didn't let any of that get to him. He kept his head down. In his second season, he was awesome. He didn't set the world on fire, but he played his role well. He contributed to the team. He was one of the more senior players who really did help out, and he was an outlet on that right-hand side. I don't know. I thought that he really did a good job to come back from all of the negativity that was thrown his way. He was respected at the team, his players around him, everybody respected him.
Yeah,
he was looked up to in the dressing room and that. And at the end of the day, he may not have been as skillful as some of the other players, but he had that respect from.
I think his adaptability was class.
And then he had oh Musa Sissoko, Musa Sissoko.
And his strength was just unrivaled. You know what I mean? I wouldn't fight that guy for any amount of money. You know what I mean? He's a beast. But guys, I think that is a nice way to end.
Actually, since we were on chance the other day, actually I found this book.
Oh, what's that one? Is it? Oh,
Football,
nice.
Football's best ever
Football's
chance.
Best ever chance. I'm gonna have to take a look at that myself, man. I'm gonna get
Nice,
on Amazon
actually.
or something.
No, I actually found it because I work in a school actually, and it was actually in the school library. So I just picked it.
Nice. There you go. Nice,
good,
man.
good.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check Amazon for that. But yeah, guys, to everyone who has tuned in today, we truly appreciate you. Let me get the jazz music on as I normally do when we're about to end the show. This has been wonderful, Elias. I just want to thank you, man, for showing up, for being here, for on the first ever member show. I think in the future there'll be more members showing
Yeah,
up
sure.
for being here, man. It was wonderful to have you.
Yeah, it was good to chat.
I was gonna say this is the most I feel like we've ever hung out and talked. So this was great. And there is a link to Elias's channel.
I thought we have hung out before at Jacob's show before.
Yeah,
back
but,
the good old
but not
days.
not for 2 hours and 40 minutes. This has been
Yeah,
some
not for
real. This has been
Hangout.
some real hangout. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But everybody, look, there's Elias's.
Oh, sorry.
you
Dang
taking
it!
his
I just
camera
threw it
off?
off. I'm so sorry. I
Right,
didn't
there it
accident.
is. Right, there's Elias's channel. It's Step Up
Thanks, guys.
Spurs. So please support Elias at his channel. Go and look at his content. Give him a like, subscribe, make comments, help him out, help with the algorithm for Elias. Help him out. Yeah.
Yes.
Let's
yes,
go over.
yes.
Let's go over and add some numbers to Elias. Elias is known. He goes on a lot of people's channels as well. He helps out. So yeah, let's see if we
I
can help
used
him out
to,
as well.
but now I just started a new job, so it's slightly tricky for me to go on so many of the.
But you still.
Oh,
But I saw you on Spurs Asian TV before coming here today.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, what I'm saying is that you do go and support other people.
Yeah.
So people
I
should
try.
support you as well.
Come back and support him, everybody. It's
Yeah.
all love. It's all
Sure,
love. to
sure, we'd
everybody,
love
so.
to. No, I would love to. I would love to collaborate with you guys. Have you guys on Monday as well for some
We
of my
would love
shows
it.
as well. Yeah, and would love to come here as well once in a while.
Absolutely, man. You're always invited, and we'll definitely come and hang out. 100%.
Yeah. For anyone left who doesn't know me, I have my own channel as well. Go over and give me a like, subscribe, comment on any of the videos that I've done. Same thing again. It all applies. The same as what I said for Elias would apply to me. And then
Yes.
we'd also go along to. I'm trying to find where I did the right one.
I have it here. Are you looking for Ellie or
No. Spurs Asian TV for Chang.
Gotcha.
Let's support Chang and Mr. Eugene over at Spurs Asian TV. Mr. Eugene is starting to do content again because he's now moved house and that, so he's starting to do some form of content again. So let's get their numbers out and help them out. And then we've also got the lovely Mia, who was on earlier, who's Spurs Between the Lines, who will be live tonight, who is live in an hour and a quarter's time on To Do's to Debate on her show.
To Dares to Debate.
To Dares to Debate. She normally dual streams it with Kate, but Kate's ill at the moment. So it's actually just going out on Mia's channel. Mia has guests tonight. I think she's doing it with Ellie, but she's got Bobby K, and there was
Ellie.
one other.
Bobby K and Ellie, I think.
I thought she said there was one other. Kuva. Bobby K and Kuva tonight.
That's going to be a wonderful one. Everybody make sure to tune into that.
That's in an hour and a quarter. You got Spurs Between the Lines there as well. So yeah, please, thank you for joining us today. Elias, thank you for being on as well.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys.
And,
Thank you, Elias. We appreciate you, man.
And what we'd like to do is say to people, support everybody. Everyone remain healthy, remain happy, and we shall see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we're not on. Tomorrow it's a view from Asia, and
at 11 o'clock,
11 a.m. GMT, and it will be Ash and Chang hosting tomorrow's Talk and Ball. We'll be back on Thursday. We do have the prediction scores for this week that we didn't go through today, but I suppose we'll have to go through them on Thursday.
Okay,
and then the predictions for next weekend matches we'll do on the Friday show.
Sounds wonderful. Everybody. You heard the man. So tomorrow, please make sure you tune in 11 a.m. Chang and Ash, they always do a wonderful job on their show. It's going to be great as always. And to everybody who's tuned in, thank you so much. Really appreciate you.
Sorry to hear that, Nick. I hope you feel better soon, Nick.
Shit. He's getting it too. Everybody in the U.S. is sick right now. So big up to Nick, Talking Beer. Hope you're feeling better, man. Get to feeling better. Thanks for stopping by. Buen dia, mi familia.
Cool,
Yeah.
So what happened to Sean? How come Sean didn't jump on? He's a member. Could have jumped on.
He is a member. He could have jumped on. I don't know if he wasn't feeling great today or what, or what happened. But yeah,
Right.
Sean, you're always invited. If next time we do this, man, we'd love to see you on, buddy. But yes,
sometimes when you do your first members calling show like we've done today, it's not for everybody. Not everybody jumps on first time. They tend to test the waters, seeing what it's like, and then when you have your second show, you may get more people jump on then. So they've seen other people have a go, and then they'll have a go themselves after.
They know we don't bite. They know we don't bite now.
Thank you to everyone. Yeah, except the liars. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. Thank you for your comments. If you've got anything you'd like to say about the show or anything like that, at the end of the show, put your comments in, and we always respond back to your comments that you put in after the shows.
Definitely. And if anybody can think of any Keep or West Hams they would like us to do in the future, if there are any requested by the community, please let us know. We'll see what we can get done about that as well. But okay, guys, that should be everything. Thanks again to everybody who tuned in. Please support all the channels. Everybody, also, please take care of yourself. Have a wonderful day today. Think positive thoughts. Manifest some positivity into your life. Everything's going to be good, guys. We got this, and we're here together. And a thumbs up from Michael Dawson. And then I'll play us out with our favorite song. You guys ready for some James Madison?
Come on, you Spurs. In hands we trust.
Come on, you Spurs. All right.
Come on, you Spurs.
Yes. My team has got James Madison. James Madison is what we need. Whoa, thank God we got James Madison. This kid plays ball like you would never believe. Whoa.